All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for top 8 of the final week for points. There's still one more chance left for points after this, or not for points, for qualifying in the LCQ, but this is going to be the one where 7 of our players are going to get their ticket to the promised money land of our grand finale. And most of these players that are playing tonight are within contention. There are 6 out of our top 8 players here that are playing to get into the grand finale. Only 7 spots are available though, right? And the one other spot is Isaiah, who had guaranteed kind of locked it in. So this is going to be a bit of a bloodbath because nobody is safe. All of these players, nobody's safe. I think there's a real possibility that any one of these players could end up going home out and not actually making top 8. So they're going to have to put the work in, and we'll see what happens. Off to a good start, though. These are 2 players that are fighting for that. This is winner's side, however, so their chances aren't out. But getting that winner's final slot is going to be huge. I'm joined on the mic, by the way, by Slick Beats. What's going on, Slick?
What's going on, everybody? I'm excited to be here.
Hell yeah, awesome, awesome. Well, we've got this match going down right now. Smoke versus Reptile. A little bit of a classic ninja throwdown. And Barry in some trouble here as Method just keeps on applying this pressure.
Yeah, and as you said before, this is very important. I think everybody in this top 8 is tied, actually, for points. So, like,
yeah, there's 3 of them with 400 points right now. So it's not everybody, but yeah, like half of them are tied for points. Steak and Kusanagi, who are in the lower bracket, those are the only players who do not have a chance to qualify, and they will be taking one another out. So there will be one gatekeeper available in the form of Steak or Kusanagi, who could potentially cause some damage and crush some dreams. But in doing so, they'll be helping out players like Hella Larry, who did not play and is sitting at a comfortable-ish 500 points. But there's a real possibility that 500 is not going to be enough, depending on how this final breaks down. Look at this, gets past the grenades.
Very stacked top 8 right now. A lot is on the line.
Absolutely, one of the more important ones here. The grand finale, maybe the only further important one. Here we go. Method finds an opening. Fatal blow is available. He's gonna let it rip, and it will connect. I do believe this is it as well. That striker health missing 50 from the rip means he's absolutely going to go down, and Method going to take game 1. Very nicely done. Is the music too loud or too quiet?
One of the other players. What were you saying?
I'm just asking in the chat if the music is too loud or if the audio, because the audio's been all fucky. So if you guys could, if you have a chance, let me know if the audio seems fine. The music is supposed to be there, but not overwhelming, and yeah. And our voices are supposed to be there as well, right? You want to be able to hear us, I would hope. But silence sounds to me like no problem. So.
Yeah, I think Saucy is one of the other players that he's lower than 400 right now. So a lot of those players that are kind of like
Barry
lower.
is the lowest on the points right now. He's at 350 points. Dark Elite is at 380. So Barry has to get like a pretty big finish in order to ensure that they make enough points. But if Barry can make it happen, that's going to be absolutely massive. No guarantees, but Barry being the lowest point total does have the biggest work cut out for them here. But honestly, you know, Method is one of those players tied at 500 or at 400 points right now. They're all guaranteed 500 points because all 3 of them are winner's side right now. Which means all 3 of them will be tying up with Larry, but it's a case of, you know, do they all stay in contention and tied with Larry? If they find a way for all 3 of them to make it into the top 4, plus Dark Elite, then Hella Larry will get bumped down.
Okay.
All right, big damage here from
Barry.
Barry.
That conversion was nasty.
Absolutely, he's going to finish it off. Nicely done, full combo let rip, and Barry on the board first here in game number 2 over in this treasure trove of coins in the corner. The grenades are going to come out and stop the counter pokes here from Method. Ooh, nice avoidance of the acid ball. Still going to get caught with a combo. Neutral.
The smoke mix?
Right now he's visible, right? It's gonna get Invisimix at some point in this fight, surely. And
Both
that's
of
when
these
things
characters
get real dastardly. That's true, yeah, Reptile's got the invisibility as well. The more dangerous invisibility, I think, is definitely on Smoke's side. You know, it comes off of his fucking armored move. He can block during it. Like, there's a lot of perks that make Smokes better, but Reptile still has some options to scare you.
Yeah, that was a beautiful whiff punish by Saucy as well. All right, 1-1. It was really good adaptation. A lot of whiff punishes from Saucy happened in that second game there.
Absolutely, very nicely
A lot.
done. All right, so we'll see what Method does. Method has a handful of characters in his pocket as well. So, utilizing Johnny, I believe, and Omni-Man, I think, was a character that he had been toying around with. He also had mentioned that he was dropping Smoke, and I don't think that's the case. Also, before I forget, I do want to give a big thanks to Striker for coming through with the sub. And saw it in the chat after I was too salty and turned the mic off for a moment. So I do want to let Striker know I do appreciate his continued patronage coming through and subbing. Thank you very much. Striker will be on stream next here up against Poisey, by the way. So he's here with a purpose, looking to secure his spot into the finale, but has some work to do to make sure it happens.
Yeah, that's another one I'm definitely excited for. These players are becoming really patient now.
Yeah, you don't want to get overzealous, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing that can catch your opponent, especially at this level of play. You're running into players that are absolutely going to check you if you kind of overextend and you know, get a little bit too predictable, perhaps, in your offense. So they do want to keep their opponent guessing. One of the ways to do that is to not do anything. You can't guess what I'm doing if I'm not doing anything, right? So.
Round 2, fight.
Alright, there's the Invisimix, finally finds an opening, and Method's going to turn this into full damage here. Look at this. 288
into the setup. That whiffs?
Yeah, I think the armor actually got through, and then the grenades keep him safe.
The interactions are just crazy. Saucy with the life lead into an invisible setup back and forth with the invis.
The armor out from Method wanted nothing to do with it. And he's going to be invisible himself here. Problematic.
They're just taking turns with invisibility. You gotta
I know,
love it.
right? Who is where? Method will find the hit he needs, though, and this Fatal Blow should likely seal the deal. So that is going to be Method taking game number 3 here. Bit of a back and forth established. But if it's back and forth, Method is going to win since he drew first blood. So Barry is going to need to come up with an adaptation, and it's going to need to stick for the next 2 in a row. He's going to want to keep this dream of making it into the finale intact. Now, he's not guaranteed to be out, but the road gets a lot harder for Barry if he's got to do it from the lower bracket, because I believe that he has to get like 2nd place in order to ensure his spot. I don't know if 3rd place is even enough. It might be, but he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, depending on who's up there with him.
Yeah, that too. That is part of it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the big one, honestly, is how Dark Elite fares, right? Dark Elite is the player that is 30 points ahead of him. So
Yeah, the players that are like closer in points, the players with 380, like you said, those are gonna be the ones to kind of look out for.
So Barry has to basically outplace Dark Elite, and if he loses right here, that's going to make it a lot easier for Dark Elite to pass him. And honestly, I think if Dark Elite wins and Barry loses, they play each other. So that's going to be huge, because that will kind of solidify who is going to survive for the finale and who won't.
It's just once Smoke gets going, it's hard to get him off of you.
Oh, what happened there? Man, I gotta say,
Yeah, a lot of these interactions are just so crazy.
Right, real difficult to keep track of.
It's hard
if you're
to
not
even
watching
say what's going on in like commentating.
It doesn't help that they're playing very similar looking characters right now. Reptile and him, they're both wearing the hood, they're wearing the black and red. I mean, when you give them like a real hard look, you can tell who is who, but at a glance, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody got confused. Like myself. Oh, this Bubby boy keeps biting me.
I would have gotten faked out by the stand 3 into the overhead. if I'm being completely honest. Oh, he has to turn it around. This is his chance. Okay, I agree with this fatal blow because it gives him a full striker bar. So he's pretty much one touch away from dying. He just has to make it count. And there it is. What's the mix? Oh, the flawless block. Oh, the patience from Method right now. Oh, into the mix. Method was just super patient to just wait for his turn there because he got the flawless block on the reptile dash. And he knew Striker was coming, and he just the awareness.
And that will do it. Method gonna take it 3-1. So now Barry will go to the lower bracket, and that means there is a possibility that he and Dark Elite will face off, which that is going to be a very important match to determine their futures. Let's hop over to our top 8 bracket here to pop those scores in, and we will then be going ahead and sending some invites out to Koizi and Striker, who are going to be our next 2 combatants. But of course we do need to, like I said, record our scores here for this one. Method making it through. Very valuable for Method here as well.
Yeah, and I'm super excited for this next match because Striker is just the kind of player that has like a lot of tricks up his sleeve. So like I already know he's ready for anything. Well, I mean the Sindel Lao, I already know Striker's labbed the shit out of that. So it's going to just be really interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Really looking forward to see how Striker approaches this. The important thing definitely I think to note is that with it being Koizi, there is a very high likelihood that assuming that they're going to be playing as Sindel is a pretty strong case, right? That you're right in that assumption, right? So because of that, Striker is going to be able to kind of be honing in on what he's on the lookout for. On the other hand, Striker is a little bit harder to lock in on what exactly he's going to be playing. He was playing as Shao Kahn last week, but is that a guarantee that he is going to be sticking to that character? Not necessarily. He won CEO Taku using Havoc. He's also had a week where he was running Li Mei. We also saw his Reptile. I mean, he's kind of been all over the place. There's a Reiko in there somewhere. So Striker really has the potential to keep Koizi off balance, and we're just going to see how it ends up playing out.
Yeah. All I know for a fact is Striker is ready, and that is just, in my opinion, it got me excited.
Oh yeah, let's also try to accept Pocket. Right. No, see, sorry, we can't save your changes right now. I don't know what this fucking is. I'm not allowed to add friends. I don't know what to do. I'm not allowed to have more friends. Maybe I will try to do it. Quizzy says it's online on their computer. This is not online. Oh, you know what, dude? I forgot to invite you. God damn it. I'm getting a big loud echo though. I forgot something.
You're getting an echo from me?
It has to be. Well, it was at least I want to win now that you started talking again. I did invite you late though, so you're gonna miss the first game. That's my bad.
No, that's fine.
Totally forgot. Totally forgot.
I'm watching the stream.
General Shao.
Oh, don't do that. Don't commentate through it. It's a little too delayed. It'll be awkward.
Oh yeah, I won't. Yeah.
Corrupted
Alright, so Striker is player 1, and we got Cozy on player 2. So we do have Striker going with his Shao Kahn pick, which is the character he said that he has the most fun with as of late. So we'll see how that works now. Just thinking about the broad aspects of Shao versus Sindel, I don't think Shao has the hardest time here. I will say Sindel does do a great job of zoning. Shao is not the best zoner or even anti-zoner, but with access to that low buzzsaw hat, might be able to force her to stall just enough to get him some space and get in. The other thing that's big, though, about Sindel is how airborne she can be, and I do think that Shao Kahn is one of the characters that has a great down, too, for anti-air. His own air normals are quite strong, so his ability to contest the sky is going to be really huge. There's that uppercut connecting here, and Striker's going to get 23% into combo setup from that. Like, that is a devastating position to find yourself in off of an uppercut. Massive chunks now missing from Koizi's health bar, and now Koizi on the defensive, back to the corner. How are they going to get out? Nice throw to get out. Very well done. The other big thing to note as well, Shao Kahn's got that extra health, 1100, bit of a beefcake, so you're going to have to typically get a little bit of an extra hit there to finish him off. And that stuff can be really valuable. Nice throw tech here from Striker. Also, did I get you in? Okay, I got you in for the next one. Koizi does not have the life lead. Striker waiting for Lau to come back. Still on cooldown from getting tagged in a more recent interaction. Okay, there's the hit. Straight into the armor. Or not the armor. What is that? I just need one more hit, and that'll do it just barely outside of range of the hair. This is an incredibly close game already, can tell. Nice throw tech again from Striker. Gets the big launch, though. Koizi was not ready. Will spend the meter to get out of it. Folks come in. The hat, though, from Koizi is going to... Oh, wow, the blocks from Striker. That overhead ain't going to connect. Koizi's now in some trouble. Also, this might sound like biased commentary. Striker's my favorite player. So... Don't want the Koizi army coming after me, because I'm not cheering too hard, but... Hot damn, is Striker fun to watch. Koizi, though, a very, very exciting player, of course, in their own right. Getting some momentum here. The air fireball will connect for Koizi into the screen. Has full cameo meter as well. Okay, plus frames for Striker. Goes for a jump. This time he will find the launch. Fatal Blow is available, but Shao Kahn, not necessarily a character that does a ton of Fatal Blow stuff, but just gonna sweep the leg, and Striker's on the board first. Gur versus Rewind. Did that just happen somewhere? What is happening on Saturdays? What tournament is that? Is that like some Defenders of the Realm thing going down or something? That sounds exciting. Iris versus Reiko, I presume. Oh, it was on Friday. Okay, so that happened yesterday. What event ended yesterday? I'm trying to think. I think IFK or IKFK is Mondays.
Living forest.
When you're killed, your army will scatter.
They will rally to their martyr.
Gears vs. Reiko sounds exciting though. Alright, here we go. Koizi locking it in here with Sindel again. And you're able to see the match now, right, Slick?
Yes, yeah.
Alright, perfect. Okay, it was Champion of the Realms? Okay, cool. I keep calling it Defenders of the Realms, which is the name of the fucking TV show. It's Champions of the Realms. Okay. Which is Destroyers of that, which I'm sure is great. He's still running that with Caboose again, right? Alright, hair flick comes through. Lots of pressure coming through here. Striker backing away on the defensive right now. Gets clipped out of the sky, though. And now trying to work his way back in. It's interesting, right? He had Sindel in on his neck, just pressing tons of buttons. And then... still has to be, like, then she just starts running away, right? Like, she's in and she's a threat, and then she's out and she's a threat.
Yeah, Sindel is really good pretty much everywhere on the screen. Her stuff has a lot of pushback, and it's a very practical armor break as well.
Ooh, I love this. Yep, going straight into Fatal Blow, recognizing that Striker was sitting on enough meter to very likely get a break during this combo here. So Sindel and Koizi wanting nothing to do with that. Instead, just going to secure the round at the expense of a fatal blow. But a round is a round. And I don't think Koizi was able to get one last fight. So going to be very valuable to put themselves on the board here versus Striker in this second game. Ooh, got caught.
What I'm noticing Koizi do though is he's doing like the cameo stuff where like he's snapping his fingers. I have no idea what that's doing, but I don't think Xiao has an answer for that from full screen. So
I don't think he can get rid of it at all, but what it does do is it's supposed to hit Lao if he's summoning Lao. So if he tries to summon Lao, Lao will get dazed. So it's like anti-cameo or whatever.
Okay.
That's what I think that it's, because she also has a move where she
oh my god, that
makes
was crazy.
her own cameo recharge faster. Nice little armor on armor action. Striker gonna win that exchange. Ooh, and that's the answer for the low hat, dude. And he gets to keep the launching properties of that. Great defense here from Koizi. Doesn't get caught.
One thing that's really good from Striker, he's up blocking very fast. Like most people would get punished because they think Sindel is gonna do the jump in, but he's up blocking and reacting to no jump in and then pressing down. So it's like it's very like defensive. That's one thing about Striker. He plays very defensive.
It's gonna kill. It is gonna be enough. Striker is up 2-0. This is huge.
General Shao wins.
Now, I don't want to jinx it, but I believe if Striker wins this, he will secure his spot in the finale. There is no question that he's in the finale if he wins this. Because he's guaranteed third place, which will put him guaranteed over the other people as necessary. To make sure he stays in there, because he's currently in the points right now. So it is really just a case of no, he's number 7. He's at the very bottom.
Oh, okay.
He's at the very bottom. So, but there's 3 people tied at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Which is Method and Koizi are the other ones. So by doing this, he's going to not guarantee he gets more points than Koizi, but he's going to make sure he gets a lot of points. And the big thing is they all need to get more points than Hello Larry, who didn't play. That's like the big thing. Because Hello Larry didn't play, and so they need to get enough points. The other thing is, the question is do Dark Elite and Barry make their way in? Because what can happen is Dark Elite and Barry can make their way in, but it will need to be at the expense of 2 players, because they're not currently in. Hello Larry is one of those players, and then the other player is either Koizi, or Striker, or Method.
Okay.
So those are the other players that Method or that Barry and Dark have a chance of knocking out of the finale here tonight. So, but whoever wins this right here will guarantee that they are unknockoutable.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a lot on the line. Like from the start of the tournament or the top 8.
Yeah. Alright, going for the chip out. Not gonna get it. The throw will connect. Escape failed as well. Striker trying to get out of there. And of course, we're talking about a character with very minimal full screen presence. Ooh, tried to slam the axe. It will not happen. Koizi takes round 1. Very nicely done. Starting to come alive here. Okay, the big anti-air though from Striker, and that is going to lead to full damage here. Does opt for the setup. Nice armor usage by Koizi though to put an end to it. Alright. Fourth, nice. You notice that Striker seemingly is going for, at least in the neutral, more just looking to throw the fireball from Kang Lao, not looking to charge it. He's charging it in post-combo setup situations, but Koizi seems much more willing to charge it in the neutral even when they're having these little fireball wars.
Yeah, I think Koizi is looking for combos, like stuff like that. Like he could have converted right there if he let go at the right time. So that's what I think he's doing.
Uh-oh. This is big. This might actually be the kill here from Koizi if Fatal Blow connects. And I believe it will. Very nicely done. And we are talking Xiao health. So the button mashing minigame here will be vital, but I don't think it'll be enough here. There's not a lot of scaling on this. And Koizi takes game number 3. Starting to answer back.
Sindel is just a very
Sindel win.
like I don't know how you could like I know like the talk around town right now is that Sindel is number 2, and for a long time nobody really thought that. But I don't think Sindel is like overpowered, or like there's nothing you could really nerf about the character. It's just a very well-rounded character.
She's got a lot of tools. A lot of tools. It's a very, very well-rounded kit. I mean, her damage output is great. She's got access to a restand. She's got like interesting things that interact with cameos, which like makes great utility for her. But she's not strictly like a utility character. She's just got, like I said, all-around good damage and buttons and everything to complement it. Now, while we were talking about the fact that the winner of this match is guaranteed safe in the finale, do keep in mind the loser is not necessarily out. They're fighting for guaranteed safety, but they are still able to survive and make it to the finale should they even fall. Right here, Striker starting to fall behind a little bit in the life department. Will get a low hat to connect here. Beautiful flawless blocks as well, protecting that health bar. Ooh, and the hair strands connect.
When Sindel is snapping, well, she's able to recharge her cameo faster, right?
I don't know. It's like one of them is a buff that makes her cameo recharge faster, and then the other one is one that makes your cameo get hit. And I don't know if it's like the amplified one does the... Because she's also got a move where if you break during that move, she gets a launcher. Like, you can't combo break while she's got that buff on. So I don't know which one's which. I think there's a buff that makes her recharge her cameo faster, and the amplified buff is the thing that will fuck you up if you try to break during it. And then a different move entirely is the finger point snap. So there's like one where she snaps behind her, and then there's one where she snaps and points. And I think it's the point is the one that will fuck up your cameo if your cameo's out. Striker trying to swing for the fences here. He will not get that final hit, and now Koizi on life support, but looking to answer back. Both characters full meter here, so not really a means or a worry about filling up your opponent's bar. Although Striker now is going to empty his bar to try to stay alive here.
Back to the neutral. What's gonna happen? We've seen Koizi pull it off before.
Oh no.
Was that
Oh, he tried to uppercut out? No!
Yeah, another reason why Koizi could be charging the hat so much is because they're able to just recharge it faster. So like, it's very like
Yeah, there's not a big drawback for doing it, right? Like,
yeah.
Like the minor drawback to it is that Striker technically, seemingly would have it available a little bit more frequently because he's not charging it as often. But the adverse to that is Sindel is a character that controls neutral more often, so she can afford the extra time needed to get the thing back because she's controlling the pace a lot more with all of her fireballs and stuff. So she can kind of balance that out by maybe being a little bit more greedy with the cameo bar because her air fireballs and everything ensure that he's able to, you know, keep them away long enough to get the hat back to do it again anyway. So here we go, final game, game 5 here between these two. Striker took the first 2, but Koizi seemingly coming online. We're going to go to the Halloween stage to close it out. My favorite looking stage here. Big jump in, not going to connect, but will stay away from the hat as well.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of awareness to really like control the cameos like that and use like the snap ability. That's something not a lot of Sindels use, I feel like.
Striker getting caught. This is unfortunate. I do believe this will be the round here for Koizi. And the chip out will do it. Koizi now on set point here. And again, winning this will guarantee safety. Oh, that is a big call out though from Koizi.
Being a little too overzealous with that move, because if you notice, Koizi's doing that a lot because Shao can't really do anything about that at certain ranges. but that 50-50 is just really strong. So if Poisey can get going, it's gonna be really hard for Striker. And that
Oh
that
no!
is, oh man, no. That was so godlike, but the game it was just such a wonky interaction that like you have to pay attention to what side you're on. And a lot of those inputs can just really fuck you up at the end of the day.
That extended hair of hers as well, and she doesn't really put herself at risk with that hair, right? It's her hair, not her foot. So hard
Yeah,
to
the
challenge.
disappointment. I don't know if that was a standing button that Striker pressed right there when he anti-aired Koizi. I don't think so.
Okay,
If
we
it
got a
was,
final
he
round.
would've juggled.
We got a final round. Striker did have to spend a little meter here, but he does have Sindel cornered. Both of them sitting on full cameo. Sindel will spend it first, and look at that! Striker gonna fly right over it, forces Koizi off the meter early. Now plus frames, Striker looking to bully Sindel in the corner. Koizi is out of resources. The command grab will connect! Uh-oh.
17%.
Oh, this
That
is
is such a
big.
good grab.
Oh no, he dropped it!
Oh no.
Okay, uppercut.
We take those. That was a good down two.
Got away from the hat. Koizi running out of health here. Goes for that jump kick that has connected over and over again on Striker's approach. Striker doing a good job of avoiding it. Doesn't avoid the fireball, however.
I think this is when you do the 50-50 setup. Oh no, he's going for zoning. Trying to recharge.
He put the buff up there so that you can't break out of the next hit for him, maybe? The life lead right now is on the side of Striker and is continuing to expand as these buzzsaw hats hit. And this is kind of the power of not charging it, right? He's not charging it, so it's just available when he needs it. But speaking of available, the Fatal Blow is available. Nice breakout from Striker. Has to spend it to put an end to it. Oh, no. Oh, that's huge!
Oh wow! What a set! What
And
a set!
Striker
That was
is
wild.
safe! Holy shit!
Win.
That was down to the wire. Oh my god!
Holy shit, that was crazy. What a match. What a match. I'm pretty sure Striker is safe. I now I'm gonna have to double check my math. I don't want to somehow fucking jinx it. But, yeah, I think we're okay. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think Striker is indeed safe. Very nicely done. That was a very impressive shout.
Yeah, that jump in from Shao has to be one of the best in the game.
Dude, that
It's
thing
so
was
good.
fucking cooking me the other day. I haven't ran into enough shouts doing it, but holy shit, you are absolutely right. That jump in, that axe, he just gets it so low. There is no avoiding that thing. It's gonna hit you.
Yeah, Shao's neutral is actually really good. His stand two, he was opening up Koizi a lot with just stand two. And
Yeah,
that's,
there's huge
his main
range
button.
on that.
It's 0 on block too, so it's just really good.
Yeah, I've
Ideal
been using
standing button.
my plus frames and trying to backdash away from Shao, and you can't do it. It's just too fast and too much range. He will catch you if you try to shimmy him.
That was just a very, very impressive set. Like the amount of times he jumped over low hat and like made that read, and then the armor interactions as well. Just the reads on the armor was very high level. Very high level.
Yeah, I think the using the amplified like lunge to hop over the hat as well as anti-air at the same time, really, really smart by Striker, and tapping into just key matchup nuance that he's able to take advantage of. You know, that is stuff that we were talking about before that he had kind of studied up on the Sindel matchup. Probably studied up on the Lao matchup a little bit as well. Knows how that move interacts with the low hat and was absolutely ready for it when the time came. So let's go ahead and get into our next match, though. We're going to go ahead and send some invites out here to Steak and Kusanagi. Now, these are our two players that are in a little bit more of a gatekeeping position. What is this thing doing? It's not letting me start the match? Okay. But neither of these players, unfortunately, have a chance of qualifying. they will be unfortunately unable to qualify even with a first place points finish. I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't actually know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm quite certain that even 250 points is not going to give them enough to pass everybody else that they need to. But nonetheless, they are still friends with some of the other players here in the bracket, so doing a little gatekeeping duties for them to make sure they make it will be important. In fact, shout outs to Steak and Kusanagi, both of them, it was a joint effort. They eliminated Hunter during pools, and that was one of the players that was going to kind of be in the way. So for them to take out Hunter together, that is already huge for Striker and Dark Elite, and the rest of the players, honestly, that were in here in the top 8. So that is going to allow somebody else to qualify instead. Alright, so invites are out. We're going to get one out to Slick here as well. I got one of you guys in here. Looks like it is Steak. And Steak was playing Sub-Zero as of late. I don't know if he's going to be sticking with Sub-Zero, but that has been the character that he's seemingly gravitated to as of late. So hopefully that'll be what we see. And then Kusanagi has been playing a lot of Raiden, right? Going just for Chip Raiden. So it'll be interesting to see how these two throw down. And the loser gets to take, or the winner I should say, gets to take on Koizi. Now, here's the interesting thing here. Koizi, because Koizi lost to Striker, there is a actual possibility that Koizi does not get enough points to outplace Hello Larry. Or, well, no, they'll outplace Hello Larry, but they won't, they'll be just at the bottom if, well, actually, hold on, maybe.
How can you feel no shame?
Maybe because Barry and Dark Elite have to eliminate one another, there's no way that the four of them all outplace Koizi. So maybe Koizi actually is safe still, too. Because the four people...
It's a lot of math.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the top four are changed. Oh, no, you know what? It's not changed. My bad.
Oh no, he dropped the combo.
Good call. You are definitely guaranteed in, Striker. You are definitely guaranteed in.
Armored launch?
But I don't know. I think Koizi might actually be guaranteed in because.
Oh, that slide was slow. Oh my god. Into the low combo?
Oh wait, you know what? No, if Dark Elite wins the whole thing, then then Koizi might not make it.
Round 2. Fight.
There's that. That's. But in that situation, consider Steak also make it. Maybe Koizi. All right. Well, it's a lot of math. We'll worry about it later. I know Striker and Method are guaranteed. I'm pretty sure Koizi's guaranteed. So now it's just a toss-up of whether Dark Elite, Skill, or Barry makes it. Because those three, who are coming up next, by the way, those three are not guaranteed either, and they have to be throwing down. Now, Skill is third place in points, so they have the highest likelihood of just kind of making it in, depending on where the chips may fall, but obviously winning their match will make that goal that much easier to achieve here. Look at this Steak doing some heavy damage, 346. Looking for the chip out. Wow, look at the range on that.
Yeah, the wake up neutral jump was key.
So Steak's Sub-Zero is going to secure game number 1. Very nicely done here.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on in that match. It was very well played by both players. I know Steak started trying to utilize the armored slide, the launcher on the armored slide, and then Kusa started baiting it.
He can use that. It's a bit of a exclusive to Sonya. Not fully exclusive. There's a handful of other characters that do. But some of the assists don't work well with it. Like, I think Scorpion and Goro, for example, because the slide sends them to the other side of you, where they come out, they won't really connect with it as easily. But Sonya just kind of covers that whole airborne space, so able to definitely get the hit, and like you said, able to secure another one of those connections. Here's the overhead for Steak, going to be stacking this damage, as Kusanagi does not quite have a breakaway available just yet. He'll get it at the tail end of this combo, but 41%, he's just going to let it rock.
Into the chip.
And this is Kusanagi's big strategy, is going for that heavy chip. He will find a real hit instead, so he'll get some decent damage out of there. 32, and I think that might be the kill. Oh no, doesn't commit, but he'll find the chip out in the end.
Yeah, meaty Storm Cell has to be one of the best things that Raiden has, because it's the sort of thing where like you don't have to think about your meaty.
Dude,
at all.
Kano threw those knives right into the back of Steak's head and ends up with 34% off the conversion from that. Beautiful bait there on the wake up from Kusanagi. This is going to be another stack of damage, and he will get the meter back that he spent on it, but finds himself in some real trouble. Has to break here or he's just going to die, and that'll do it. Kusanagi taking game 2. Hey, he looked like he was in full control for that one as well. The setup's just absolutely working out.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, again, if once they get going, it's kind of hard to get your turn back because everything's being made plus with Kano, and once you get knocked down, you're gonna eat a meaty Storm Cell. So it's like it's gonna break your armor. It's gonna be, you know, guaranteed plus frames, and if you don't have an armored move like an armored slide, which Steak was doing in the last match. I think he has to just remember and make that adjustment, but there's definitely ways around it. You can flawless block, you could, like I said, armor, but it could be very hard to deal with.
Okay, here we go, big opening for Kusanagi. Start things off 32%, not really getting resource heavy on that. You notice he doesn't spend his Kano cameo to extend that in any way either, likely because he wants to just save it for the chip. Storm Cell, I think, is easily one of the best chip moves in the game.
Yeah, he looks very in control right now.
Round 2.
Alright, let's see what Steak can do to try to wrangle this one back into the frozen hands of the Lin Kuei. A throw here is going to start things off cleanly. 14% for the Sonya troubles, and this is going to be a nice combo here for Steak as well. Double overhead will connect, starting to push Kusanagi into the corner here.
Oh, he's getting damage.
Yeah, he's getting more damage than Raiden is, to be quite honest. He's having to spend some meter on it, but I think Raiden's been spending his meter as well, so Steak absolutely pumping out some good numbers here for Sub-Zero. Which is the thing, like, Sub-Zero players are like, oh, my character does no damage. First off, it's the defensive character, doesn't need to be doing tons of damage. And second off, he does do damage. What are we talking about?
Yeah. I think Sub-Zero is really good. Even though he is one of the, you know, not really one of the better characters, he is still very good.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's gonna take Sonic Fox playing them, and then we'll get it. And dude, I've been hearing size 16 shoes since the fucking beta. Should've posted. That's what he says, dude.
That's a classic. All right, back to the neutral after the break.
Ooh, Sonya got
That
caught.
was
Oh no,
good.
he actually hit Kano.
Tried to
That was
do
what
the
that
mic-
was. Kano got tagged by the ring blast from Sonya. Bitter rivalry.
Oh, that's a good grab. This is a lot of damage.
Nagi falling behind here. Peter is about even. Kusanagi has a slight advantage in that regard. His fireballs from Raiden are not great, but the chip is where the character really starts to shine, and he's looking to chip him now into Fatal Blow territory. Both characters could close this out with a single hit confirmed. There's no break to stop this, although Steak is starting to get closer to his. Oh, and this is gonna do it! Yep. Into Fatal Blow before he gets the chance to get that breaker. And that breaker, you can see it's almost there. It is now available, but a little too late. And with only 6 seconds left, I don't think that Kusanagi absolutely had to go this route, right? But let's say Steak had the break, or the next hit would have been a break in a combo or something. Then those 5 seconds, it could have gone on either way. So Kusanagi, great presence to recognize this kills. It's undeniable. I'm just going to make sure that I end this here and now. Because with these caliber of players, if you let them survive with just that little bit of health left, this is the kind of game where they can somehow make a comeback. It may be miraculous, may be unexpected, may throw you off in big time when they make the 80% comeback, but it can happen. And when you're in those sort of scramble life situations, it really is all of a sudden stray hit, now you're dead. So you got to be incredibly careful and make sure you can close it out when the opportunity presents itself. Missing lethal is tough.
Yeah, Fatal Blow is a good tactic for that as well because it stops the clock. So that's the main thing people do. But I mean, a single down 2 in a split second is gonna kill you at that health. So it's like people, it's just very high intensity moments like that. That's like, that's why we all play the game.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. All right, lots of jump kicks coming here from Steak. No up block from Kusanagi. Not wanting to commit to something that'll make him throw susceptible, perhaps. But that does mean Steak is going to push him into the Fatal Blow territory of that health bar. Very deadly spot to be in. Nice little secret service there from Sonya. Takes the hit from the electric spark. Ooh, and got Kano tagged there. Called him in a little late, I believe. If you call it in early, he can be kind of a jailing nuisance, but a little late and he will just get hit out of the animation. Here, no chance of knocking him out of it. But Steak will find the hits he needs to close the round out. He gets that Ice Spear and he doesn't use it. That being said, though, the Invasion boss versions of Sub-Zero do use Ice Spear moves. So there are, like, animations and extra moves in the game. They're just not for players.
Sadly, because that would go crazy with this skin.
Dude, yeah,
it's like one of the best skins in the game.
All the characters, I presume, are like that. Most of the characters have, that are, when they're in their boss form, will have access to just extra moves that they don't have in their playable form. Like, Boss Baraka has Blade Spin. Like, kind of like the Kung Lao Spin from MK1.
Yeah.
he has that move all of a sudden. It just is only available in Boss Raka. But there's a possibility, maybe, if this game has a long enough life, that characters may see some of those moves introduced to their arsenal if the balancing sees fit to give them some new toys to play with. We'll see.
Well, that chip is gonna matter.
Yeah, nicely done.
So one thing that I've noticed is that Kusa recognized that Steak was armoring through the Kano ball, so now he's jailing it. But the thing is, it's not that plus anymore, and that is why Steak kind of got away with that down 1 to close out the round that he won. But that mind game is still kind of there, so it gets tricky off of those like hip situations, especially when Steak doesn't have that much health. But there's a lot going on when it comes to that Storm Cell right now because Steak can exploit it.
Alright, Steak finding some great hits here. He'll get the 14% throw to boot. Oh, this is going to be punishable, but the Kano knives!
Oh, the Kano knives. This is a clutch armor break for him.
Oh, I think he's going to kill him right here. Oh, no, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
Did he not have meter? No, he just spent breaker, so he didn't have meter. I believe Sub-Zero needs meter to basically do anything off of that string. Well, maybe he could have finished the string into Sonya. It might have been one of those strings, but otherwise, he needs meter for amplified slide. He needs meter for amplified freeze. You can't go into regular freeze. Normal slide wasn't going to kill there either, so didn't really have any fully lethal options, but went with the best one to make the job complete, and that means Steak is on the board here, 2-2. Yet another game 5 for both of these players, and one of these players is going to be going home after this. So this is their final bout.
The dragon army's destroyed. There is more than one path to victory.
And these are the demons that you said kind of aren't in the running, right?
Correct, yeah, they are here just to do a little bit of gatekeeping, so it's
Yeah.
Steak or Kusa can take out Koizi. There's a possibility that Koizi doesn't make it, but I believe they might be guaranteed. 'Cause I think their current position, I'll have to check, because maybe not. If they only get 100 points, so if Koizi gets bumped out, if they're only getting 100 points, in fact, yeah, that's what it is. Koizi only gets 100 points, where they're currently at, which means Hella Larry and Koizi are tied. Now, if anybody else tied with Hella Larry wins the tie because Hella Larry has won an event, but Koizi and Hella Larry both have won an event. So what may happen if Koizi loses to the winner of this is Hella Larry and Koizi have to play a tiebreaker.
Fight.
Because the tiebreaker is determined by who has the highest placement, but they both have won an event, so they both have the highest placement. So because of that, it would go down to a set to determine between the two of them.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Like
That would be exciting.
That's how crazy tight these points leaderboards are and the possibilities are. And I don't think we've had a tiebreaker set in all of the Nightmare Series seasons that we've had. It's been in the rules just in case, but it just never came up. And this very well could be the first season where it happens. I mean, it is going to be up to one of these two Brave Warriors to prevent Koizi and force that kind of situation. Because I think the other players qualifying for the top 8 would love it to be a toss-up between whether or not Hella Larry and Koizi are there. They're both very, very scary competitors. I mean, they've got full Nightmare Series victories under their belt, which is, other than Isaiah, there's not a lot of players that have done that.
Fight.
Yeah, that would be crazy to see. And this is another Game 5 final round.
Oh, actually, Method has won a tournament as well. He won last week. So if Method tied, which he can't now, Method would have been fine too. But the big thing is that
A 3-way tie would be insane.
Yeah, that would have been wild. Sadly, impossible. It was a 3-way tie going into the week, though. But well, I guess it's impossible for them to continue the 3-way tie. Not impossible for other people to have a tie, though. Oh, what the fuck is that interaction? That was sick.
That was
25% from that fully charged fireball.
Got the Sonya setups. He's got the setups. Uso with Fatal. One touch and he's dead. Steak with Fatal. This is one touch territory. 25 seconds.
Yep, fireball's away.
Oh,
Sweep.
I like the.
Oh, he's dead. Fatal. Okay, he's got to break. He's got to break. But now it's risky, and Kusa will make it through.
You see, though. You see, even though I like that decision because even though the Superman would have did a good amount of chip, but that was a bait. That was a legitimate bait because the candle knives were still there, and like I feel like anybody would have gotten baited by that and would have gotten full comboed. At the same time, though, if he would have punished with a down 2, maybe if he would have blocked it, he got hit by it though.
Yeah, he definitely got tagged on that
which
one.
which is kind of crazy. But
So,
like, man, that was another Game 5 for the books, man. That was crazy.
a really exciting set there. That is going to be Kusa advancing. Steak will be heading home. And Kusa is going to be moving on to face off against Koizi. Before we get to that match, though, we got to go to a match that is potentially more impactful here to our leaderboard because we're talking about 6 players that have a chance of making it. Currently, we've seen 3 of them, but the 3 that we've seen have all been in really comfortable positions on the winner's side of the bracket. The 3 that we've seen are all still alive and well in the bracket. However, we're going to be seeing 3 more of them in our next few matches, and these are going to be matches where somebody's going home, and the person that goes home, very likely that they will, unfortunately, be not making it. Skill, Dark Elite, and Barry all really need to make it into top 4, and these next few outings are going to be seeing who goes home in 5th place. So let's go ahead and get Dark Elite in here, as well as Skill, to start it off. Now, this is a matchup that one would suspect to be an Ashram mirror. However, the word on the street is that some of these players are not very fond of the mirror match. So we may see something a little different, but I think they are both incredibly talented Astra players, and it'll be interesting to see if either of them kind of budges on this one. Dark Elite, I hope you're ready. I see you're at the home screen, but now I also see that you're at Mortal Kombat, so maybe my Xbox is lying to me. Hopefully my Xbox is lying. It is time. Yeah, I hate mirror matches as well. I am super opposed
I think
to
it's.
doing a
I
mirror
think
match.
honestly think it's just this game. Something
Nah,
about
dude,
this
it's
game.
mirror. I hate mirror matches every game ever, and I'll admit it's. I don't want to have the comparison of who is the better whatever character. I don't like that discussion going on in my brain at all. This guy might be a better X character than me. Nope, get me out of there. Get me out of there. I don't want to think about it. My ego says, no, we don't want to deal with this. I'll admit it. I know what it is. Whereas I can, like, handle a loss when I can say some shit like, I mean, it's just because Kung Lao. You know, but it's not just because Kung Lao when I'm also Kung Lao, right? Like, how come I didn't get to just because Kung Lao? Right? My excuses run dry. And my ability to defend my ego is gone. So, I don't want to do it. But whatever. Toxic trait. That's mine. Do you guys want... Darkly, do you want to host the lobby? Would you prefer to host the lobby? We can do that. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. So send an invite to me. You actually should have all of us on your recent players. But at bare minimum, get me covered, and then I'll get the rest of them.
This is actually going to be exciting. I wonder how this matchup kind of plays out. Sindel versus Astra, because that already is like too much going on in the neutral for my brain to even handle.
Yeah, those are both sort of neutral monsters. Sindel does a decent job with the disjointed and extended range from her hair, and you have a similar story with Astra, except for instead of hair, it's a fucking sword. And it's a big one. So she really gets some real good Marth tippers on that one, and depending on the... Oh, you invited me to a party? Hold up, this is not as intended. Whoops. Halfway there. But Astra's ability to catch you from downtown, and with certain cameos, I think Serena, like, if Serena hits you at full screen, you get caught by the full combo, and if Astra hits you with, like, maximum range, she's able to convert off the Serena thing. Anyway, like, it's a really difficult move to play around. Now, it is a high, so you can kind of duck it, and I do suspect that since Skill is an Astra player themselves, they're going to be on the lookout for those kind of things. So even though it's not going to be a mirror match, I think Skill is going to be maybe the most well-prepared for dealing with this Demon Lady, because it's the character that they also play. Alright, so I think, accepting your invite. My screen is doing something of the sort. I have sent some additional invites to the rest of the crew. You have Slick in here. Wait, Skill. Dun dun dun, the suspense! They're here, perfect. Alright, start the match. It has begun! Man, I almost timed that transition perfectly. I was just barely off. I mean, how am I supposed to predict when they push the button? I could wait, but it doesn't look as good if I wait and, like, visually confirm it.
The Fire Temple.
Some days I simply do not feel real.
All right, here we go.
Like I'm a
Game
ghost.
number 1
Something
between
is
these
graven
two.
on
How are the
your
connections
soul.
looking here?
Ice Clone's gone.
I'm seeing yellow
Ice Clone's
bars.
gone.
Round one.
Komodo hype bring
Which is
B1
not
Cleve
ideal, but
time.
hopefully is better for our players to contend with. Yo, Cleve, thank you so much for the sub, coming through with that prime. Did Misty hook it up with a tutorial on how to do that, or did you have to bust out the laptop for it? I appreciate whatever hoops you jumped through to make it happen, though. Thank you very much, good sir. Oh, hell yeah, that's what's up. And I think that way the Play Store doesn't take any of the coins. Because that's like the problem with subbing on the phone. Oh, damn, there you go. Alright. Found a way, found a way. I appreciate the working around it. Thank you very much, Cleve. Almost hitting our goal, which is good. I'll take an almost. Alright, look at these health bars getting real low here.
Oh, what a whiff punish.
Dude, that's the power of the sword, right? She's just absolutely ready with distance there.
Fight.
That we're gonna be seeing a lot of that in this match. Stuff like that, just a lot of neutral, a lot of nothing happening, and then when it's gonna be decided by that interaction, like this right here, we're gonna see a lot of just walking back and forth and trying to find openings.
Wow, teleports right into the low hat here. Dark Elite starting to fall behind a little bit here in the health department, and the hair is going to connect. This is going to make this lead skill is sitting on even bigger. One thing to note here that Dark Elite is doing is he's using the just standard Serena projectile, not the combo starting one, but the one where she just throws a single glaive that doesn't come back. And he's trying to use that when Kung Lao comes out, right? So then what happens is Kung Lao, at bare minimum,
Final round.
they'll trade if the Sindel player or the Kung Lao player lets the hat rip and they both fire off. But what is ideally going to happen, actually, is the Sindel player is trying to charge the Kung Lao, and then they get caught. So now they can't use Kung Lao to get in, if that makes sense, right? Now Kung Lao is no longer a viable setup because every time you're doing that, he's throwing a projectile at you that is very fast and is just going to get in the way. Right, tumbling forward here. Nice jump kick from Dark Elite. Gets to the other side. Point blank with the Serena assist. Poke from skill. The hat toss, or the hair toss. Okay, here we go. Good comp. Oh, that is a huge opening. And I don't think Dark Elite's going to get the necessary break in time. Oh no, the combo drop it right into the throw for the kill. Was that drop intentional? It may have been.
Sindel wins.
Just to try to avoid dealing with Breaker, right?
Well, possibly. I know Dark Elite was in that like standing state still. His shield restood him. So it could have been that like the combo just didn't link, like it just legitimately dropped. And it looked like a panic grab, but it worked out.
It did absolutely work out. You can't break a grab. We are seeing some reports of the lag being a little steep. Slick, can you do me a favor? For this next game, can you watch it with the scoreboard up so you can see their connections? And
yeah.
Will you let me know if either of the numbers are jumping very large? If it's at 180 and it stays at 180, then it's just gonna have to rock at 180. But if it's going from 150 to 10, you know, some big jump like that, that's what we're looking for. So if you could do me a favor and watch and see if either player's ping is having some big jumps, that'll be useful in determining if either player's internet is having a freak out. It may just be that the ping is high because I do know skill is from the EU, but we do want to keep an eye on it just to see if we can see any anomalies that would indicate somebody's internet's having a bad day. Terrible time for the internet to have a bad day, but actually, let me get you an updated bracket link. That is the bracket link from Tools. This is going to be the bracket. I mean, I guess you can take the pools and move to the top 8 or whatever, but this will get you right to where you're living.
May the light lead you.
Round 2. Fight.
Alright, nice armor through. Elite gets caught on the toes there. Right now, just kind of shimmying back and forth. This is going to be a big punish here for Dark Elite. Forces skill off the meter, but that is 3 bars gone here. And Dark Elite has already secured that first round, so has a pretty significant resource advantage. 3 bars to work with almost here. Gets caught by the low, though. That is a bit of a rarity. Perhaps the internet troubles causing some reaction time issues. Oh, the armor here. Dark Elite starting to fall behind. Although Skill is spending a lot to make that happen. You can see that he's still just been kind of emptying out the meter even when he builds new bars of it. So, see how that works out. Beautiful whiff punish here. Dark Elite spends his meter now. Both players gonna run out. Is this gonna connect here? It does! Dark Elite! This is big. Now, does it kill? I'm gonna put my money on yes, it does. Astra's Fatal Blow, massive damage. Yep, you're dead. Insane. Absolutely insane.
Ashra wins.
Right, so that is going to be Dark Elite tying things up. Slick, did you see any oddities with the internet? Like
Dark
what were
Elite is staying at a good like 92, 94 ping.
Uh-huh.
Skill is at around 175 to 200.
Okay, so those are the numbers it's jumping between?
Yeah.
Ugh. Is rough.
Ashra. Sindel.
A 25 ping fluctuation. Is that enough? Like, it's missable. I think we gotta play it out. I think we gotta play it. I know it's because he's from the EU. I know that that's what it is, but like
The Tea House.
that much ping is not the end of the world. I know that it's ideal. I'm not trying to like force you guys to play shitty matches. I really am not, but I want people to be able to have fun. It's not fun being told that you can't play just because you live too far away. And Skill has been good for the majority of the season. And again, that a 30 ping jump is, I don't think that's enough for me to demand that they get DQ'd out. I'm sorry, man. So we're gonna hop back into it. Hopefully the connection can try to stay as steady as possible here. I mean, this is somewhat the nature of playing online, but when crossplay comes around, hopefully we'll be able to be a little bit more secure in our region. Okay, what the hell is happening here? What happened? Did the lobby explode, or did we just lose one of them?
It said Skill left.
Alright, well, it's up to Dark what he wants to do, but I presume he's gonna take that. That does not bode well for Skill's internet not freaking out. He's dropping out of the game. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Well, we'll have to start a
it
new
was
lobby.
1-1, I believe.
It was. Now it is 2-1. So Dark Elite is now 1 game away. But we don't know. We haven't heard from Skill in the chat. So hopefully Skill is alright. Skill, are you still okay? Still good to play? Do we need to send Technician Blaze out there to fix your internet?
Blaze is a technician?
No, it's just a joke.
Oh.
About somebody completely mispronouncing his name. Okay, so Skill is going to reset their internet just to make sure if the router is on the fritz that we can put an ending to that. At least from anything that he can do, right? The only way further than that is to call his ISP and fuck with everything. We have no choice but to restart the hill, Dark Elite. We got no choice. So we will have to restart the hill, but we will want to wait until skill is ready, because if you invite us and we don't all join in the 60-second queue, then we're fucked. So well, we gotta wait for skill to be ready, and then we'll get it going. We can take a look at our bracket here, though, while we wait. The winner of this faces off against Barry. What we'll also try to do, we got some time, we can pull up the points standings if I can find them fast enough. Nope, that is going to drag in so many things. Oh no, I did it wrong. There you go. This. Do it like this. Here we go. Alright. So here's the points. So skill had 500 points at the start, which is pretty big. And skill is still playing. So skill is guaranteed, I believe, 75 points if they lose right here, which will put them to 575, which should be ahead of everybody else. I mean, definitely ahead of Dark Elite, who will, if he loses right here, he only gets 75 points for it, which I believe puts him to, was it like 360 or 355 or something like that. Yeah, it's 355. Or no, it's 355. So the 355 will be behind everyone. And then and so where Barry is at, if Barry loses, then they will only get to 450. But these three players right here all got to 500. Method, Koizi, and Striker at the bottom. They're all guaranteed to get to 500. So if Barry can only get to 450 off of a 5th place finish, then Barry's 5th place finish will sadly not be good enough for them, and they will be bumped out. So, I mean, these points are neck and neck for these players. Isaiah really is the only player guaranteed. He's all the way at the top. And then you've got Hella Larry, who is at severe risk because they have 500 points and they're not getting any more than that. And then you've got Skill, Method, Koizi, Striker, Dark Elite, and Barry all playing tonight, and all very, very close in points. 50 points kind of separates the bottom player from that chunk of 3 players with 400. So gonna be really interesting to see how this plays out. Looks like Skill is on his way back though, so we'll be getting some invites from Dark Elite here. No, the top 7 players are not allowed to enter the LCQ, so there will be no gatekeeping. The LCQ is only going to consist of players that did not qualify. So those 7 will be sitting it out and just spectating, which is a good time for them to study up on whoever wins that thing, and then they can kind of see what they're going to be up against. Will it be a player that just didn't have enough points and is going to be able to win when those top 7 players are out of the way? Or is it going to be somebody that didn't play the whole time and then shows up and is ready to kind of sweep through as a mystery surprise guest? Yes, you are guaranteed, Method. I believe both you and Striker have guaranteed your safety, because the worst you guys can get now is 3rd place, which is more than enough points to get ahead of Larry, and more than enough points to get ahead of either Dark Elite or Barry, and both of them can't catch up to you, is basically where it's at. So the big mystery for tonight at this point is, does Dark Elite or Barry make it into top 4? Whichever one of them does has a chance at qualifying. Because I think Skill actually might be alright if they go to 550. But I don't know. We'll find out. Because Skill is guaranteed 575 even if they lose this. But the number to beat at this point is not So how many points do you guys have to beat? You guys have to beat Hunter and Cavallari. So I think the number to beat is 500 points. So if Barry and Dark, whichever one of them make 500 points, that's where the cutoff is 500 points. Because Hunter is already not in. So as long as you guys can get to 500 points, you guys will be good. So for Dark Elite, I believe that's 4th place is enough. And for Barry, it's 3rd place. I'll be honest. Okay, so Koizi, if you win the next game, you're fine. If you lose the next game, you and Hella Larry have to play a tiebreaker. Is what probably happens. Because you guys will both be at 500 points. Because you get 100 points if you lose your next game. Hella Larry is at 500 points. Tiebreaker is determined by whoever wins or whatever. Whoever has the highest placement. Both of you guys have won a tournament, so you guys have the same highest placement. And then, so that'll be how that works out. All right, we'll have to try again, Dark Elite. I tried to send them invites, but they showed up a little late. Are they in your recent players? It doesn't let you send them from the invite? From the recent players? I'll do it right when I get in now. Damn, okay, weird. All right, I'll just pull them up. No. Don't go into the... You just pull up the guide and then go to your recently played with. And then you send them invites from their profile. That's what I do. So at the bottom of the friends tab is the recently played with people. And then I just send them invites from there. I don't do it from inside the actual lobby. Like hitting LT in the lobby, fuck that thing. That thing is awful. That thing is the worst. It's just as bad as when you start the invite. Like, you have to type their names, and you can only search through your friend. It's really bad. Alright, looks like we got everybody in here, though. No, I don't want to quit the session. What are you asking me, game? Alright, here we go. Dark Elite versus Skill. So 500 points, again, like I said, is the cutoff point. I believe Skill is guaranteed to survive no matter what happens here, win or lose.
It may not be enough to save him.
You get to pick your first opponent, and then your opponent gets to pick where they go in the bracket. However, your opponent picking where they go in the bracket doesn't matter because nobody else is in the bracket yet to determine that, right? So the main thing that you get to decide is who you fight first. Well, now that I think about that, maybe I should also let you decide where you go in the bracket. But it's still like the second player can choose to avoid you or not, I guess. I don't know. Fuck. You definitely get to pick your opponent, though. That much is for sure true. But now that I've thought about the deeper ramifications of how the rest of it works, I think we're probably just going to have your opponent pick where they want in the bracket, and then we'll just kind of go from there, because it is seeded based on your guys' decisions. So that's not going to be as crazy. But, I mean, to be honest, the points aren't necessarily a full reflection of best player, right? Hella Larry and Koizi and Method all didn't play all season. Isaiah's the only one that played the full season that is in those top spots. I think even, like, Striker didn't play every week. Dark Elite didn't play every week. So the players qualifying are not even from playing every week. So seeing who's going to win when they all throw down all at once, that'll be interesting. Honestly, this week right here is kind of the closest version of the finale, maybe, because we've got 6 of the potentials here with just Isaiah and Hella Larry missing. So I think you only missed one. Didn't you DQ out at like 9? So you still got some extra points from that too. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I should have let that, right? If first seed got to make the whole thing, it would be too crazy.
Oh my god.
It's gonna work? It's gonna work.
The jumping over the low hat is just... But the thing is, it's like, it's always with an unsafe move, so it makes it a read. And it's so, like, exciting to see someone just, like, convert off of such a hard read because of how strong low hat is right now.
Oh yeah, low hat is, I think, easily the best cameo attack in the grand scheme. Its recharge, its utility, what it actually does, its plus on block, leads to combos, leads to mix. It is wildly overshadowing the rest of the cameo attacks. All right, let's head
I
back
wouldn't say he's your
to
typical
our bracket
air
here as
opponent,
Dark Elite
but
is
generally he
victorious
loves being
over
firmly
skill,
planted on the ground. I
keeping
would
the
say.
dream alive to make it. And we got Dark Elite getting gifted sub from Striker, such a good pal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciated, Striker. The goal grows on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move out of here. Pop our scores in this match that we just bore witness to, which was Dark Elite taking it 3-1 over skill. This one. And we are going to move into our next match of the night. So now we had 6 players that were in contention for the top 7. Oh, look at that. My internet is losing its mind. How long? Can you still hear me, Slick?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're saying the stream died.
Yeah, I see that. I can see that too. My OBS is like freaking out, but my internet is good everywhere else. Now it's back. All right, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Stream disconnected for a moment there. That was weird. Dun dun dun. But we should be back now. Good thing it wasn't in the middle of a match, right? That would have been far more irritating. All right. What was I yippity yapping about? Oh yeah. Okay. So we had 6 players here that were in contention for the top 8. There are only 4 of them left alive. No, there are 5 of them left alive. Shit, there are 5 of them left alive, but Skill is guaranteed himself a spot in the top 8. So maybe it never was a risk for Skill, actually, after all. And now it comes down to which of these 5 players, only 4 of them can make it into those cozy top 4 spots that are required. Now, Koizi is also likely to be safe. Oh no, Koizi's not safe if they lose. They have to tiebreaker against Hello Larry. So, a lot of drama coming up here. But let's go ahead and get Koizi versus Kusa. This is going to be a big match. Kusa had the lowest seed out of everybody in here. 13, still a pretty high seed. But we'll see if Koizi can handle the Raiden Chip Master, because he has just been deleting people via chip all tournament long, all season long, to be honest. That has been his go-to strategy. Early in the season, when Striker was making it, or not Striker, Cyrax was making it just abysmal to fight against. And even with the tone downs, he's found a way to make it work with Kano, and an absolute menace out there. Alright, so this one, invite. Wait. Wheezy. But bam. Alright, invites are out. Just waiting on our competitors to hop into our lobby here. I think I invited them. Yes, I did. Alright, I have gone AFK. We are ready.
Raiden.
So Kusanagi versus Koizi. Another very important match for Koizi here. Now, if Koizi wins, I believe that they will be guaranteeing themselves a spot, as they'll have made enough points to surpass Hello Larry's 500 points. 500 points is the mark that must be achieved. Now,
Round 1. Fight.
actually, I think Hello Larry might be safe too. Hunter is guaranteed bumped off. I don't think that both Dark Elite and Barry can both make the 500 points needed to bump off Hella Larry. So the only way that there's a problem is Hunter gets bumped off, which has already happened, and then Koizi and Hella Larry have to argue for the last slot. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a lot of math.
Yeah. So it's okay. So if Koizi loses, then they'll still be at 500. So they'll be at 500. So there'll be 7th and 8th plates will be at 500 is what'll happen there. And then Dark Elite or Barry will, because they're moving. Because one of them is moving on. I guess there's a weird slight possibility. Okay, so there is, I guess, a weird slight possibility if Dark Elite loses and Koizi loses, that both Koizi and Hella Larry don't have to tiebreak because Barry doesn't get enough points to beat Hella Larry and them, and then they're fine. So I think that's the only other weird possibility, and that only happens if both Koizi and Dark Elite lose, and then Barry has to lose their next match as well. So Barry has to get 4th. If Barry gets 3rd, then Barry starts to get enough points to force the tiebreaker. Damn, man, the math on this is insane. This is so crazy. It's never been like this. This is the tightest it's ever been. Tightest season for sure. And like the craziest ways for it to break down too, with Striker beating Koizi, it's crazy.
Yeah, that. Oh, he blocked the hat?
I have no idea how he managed
Overhead?
to. Tried to do the invincible wake up and it didn't work? No fucking way. What a crazy comeback by Kusanagi. He went for the spin.
Wow.
You saw the yellow flash. The yellow flash is invincibility, but Kusanagi hit him out of it beforehand. That reversal invincibility, or the handful of cameo moves that have it, it is a very, very short window to take advantage of.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be big damage.
Yeah, Koizi's gonna let rip with a full combo here, likely into a Kung Lao setup. Here it comes, just floating on in. Nicely done, though. Kusanagi doesn't get tagged, but eventually the hit will come through for Koizi, and that is game 1 to the Scream Queen.
Yeah, that was very well played.
Koizi said, "Where's my wake up?"
Yeah, dude, those wake up invulnerability attacks are just like, if your opponent doesn't agree to hit you on the fucking 3 frames of invincibility for their meaty, you're just fucked, it seems like. And like all of the moves they're not like fast moves like a parry or something, right? They're like 20 frames or something. So if the invulnerability is only a couple of frames, in terms of meaty timings, it's not unreasonable to think that they might actually catch you when the invulnerability is not there. I think that given the fact that those invulnerable attacks don't launch, like they go nowhere, I would not be shocked to maybe see those have a slight increase to their window. Maybe that's too much and I'm talking out of my ass and it'll never happen, but right there was the prime example of somebody trying to go for it. And here's the deal too, Koizi only gets 1 wake up timing. When you get knocked down, you only get 1 wake up timing. You don't get to wake up at a bunch of different weird timings. So if you only get 1 wake up timing, then it's eventually going to be easy for players to purposely avoid those few frames of invulnerability on your particular wake up. I've been enjoying Omni, man. Having some troublesome matchups for sure, but the idea of just being a bully using Striker Assist has been really working out. I gotta find some cleaner combo routes and damage for him. I've got like this combo route that I like to do that eats a bunch of time to get Striker back, like, you know, to get more time on my cameo recovery, but it fucking randomly drops. Like, I don't know what the fucking weird rules are about getting it to work or not, so I gotta go in the lab and figure out how exactly to make sure I can get the amplified spine snap to always work. Okay, here comes the chip setup. So you saw Koizi flawless block that, so the life bar not budging. which is the power of Flawless Block and perhaps the minor issue with Kusanagi's strategy. It is a powerful, powerful strategy against people that don't know how to Flawless Block, but as soon as you Flawless Block, it goes from useful to useless. Like, you get nothing. You are getting nothing out of Flawless Block damage. Like, there is no damage. There it is again, Flawless Block. All of that chip just doesn't exist. Kusa will find the hit afterward, the plus frames,
That was
though.
such a good Flawless Block.
Final round.
Koizu's been getting multiple Flawless Block situations into that Lightning Cage, too. Like, really taking the least amount of chips so far of everybody that we've seen up against Kusanagi. This time, though, that sequence of events, full chip there for Kusa. Ooh, the knives connect, but the jabs wasn't there.
That would have been a beautiful conversion.
Yeah, that would have been huge. He had the meter, too, to turn that into big, silly damage. Speaking of, Koizu gonna go for some big, silly damage of their own here. Drops it toward the end. And a plus with the hat. Oh, jumps right into it, and the conversion. Oh, nice avoidance on those Kano knives from off screen. It's in there that time.
This could be his chance.
Has to get the chip started, but the throw will do it. Oh, what is this? Yelling right at him.
That was entertaining.
I've never seen that one.
Nope, that was a new one for me too. Nicely done. Koizu up 2-0. The song stopped. The song stopped.
Now, even though it is 2-0,
Sindel,
it does look like there's only minor adjustments that Kusa can make to actually like turn it around. It looks like a very close 2-0.
Yeah, I agree. He's still in this fight for sure. Wait, hold on. Are you saying that Shao Kahn doesn't have any good brutal routes? That's fucking tragedy. He doesn't have a brutal off of the axe grab. You'd think that's like prime brutality bait. Whatever the tree chopper grab thing is. What the hell? And you can combo into that, like, in all of his combos, right? That's a great combo in. Nice little throw here. Koizu falling behind in the life department. Kung Lao will take that. That's the other thing, too, about the Kung Lao hat that's kind of wild. If you hit Kung Lao, they still get to charge the hat. What? If Kung Lao gets hit, it should fire immediately. It should go away, because he's only there for a moment. But if it's not going to go away, which is maybe too much if it's going to go away, sure, I'll say going away is too far. But it should stop being charged. They should lose their ability to turn it into a fucking mix machine.
Yeah. Because the thing about the Lao cameo too is that once it is charged, he fucks off. He's not on the screen anymore, and the hat is. So in a lot of situations, like in the same situation, you would want to charge like a Sonya cameo. Sonya could still get hit.
Yes,
so it's
exactly.
Like, it's very strong.
And when she gets hit, the ring blast doesn't fire when she gets hit. It just doesn't happen, right? When you charge that. Is that the only chargeable cameo? Is there another cameo that you can charge?
Projectile wise, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Well, even not even projectile wise, you have Darius who can hold his overhead. That'd be another one maybe considered chargeable. If he gets hit, he also fucks off. Now he tries to hide behind the opponent, so harder to hit him. But I mean, still very, very possible.
Yeah,
and Kung Lao doesn't have that problem. And again, fastest recharge out of all the cameos. It's very, very powerful.
Oh my god, that was an amazing Superman. Oh, this is gonna be big.
He's my favorite. I don't know how you guys did that. How the fuck did you do that? I don't know enough about Twitch for somebody that streams on Twitch. I have no idea what you guys have done, but now I'm following Aaron too big.
Raiden wins.
No. That name is familiar. Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. I don't want to give away.
Sindel, Kano.
Yes, indeed, this is Xbox. Calzo Walzo. Calzo Walzo.
Team Fortress.
Calzo Walzo.
Tarkatan.
I want to say both of them with the same inflection, but it doesn't sound right.
Round 1.
Unfortunately, we are in the middle of our top 8, so we have gotten a little bit late in this bracket. However, there is going to be a Xbox tournament next week to get into the finale, and you're in luck because it's the LCQ. So you don't even have to have points in order to win or to get into the finale. You just have to win the whole tournament. So perfect chance if you've got what it takes to make it into the finale. We've got our $400 prize pool finale coming up, not next week, but the week after. So after the LCQ, that's when the players play for the big money. All right, nice little combo here. 398, big numbers. Koizi applying some significant pressure here to Kusanagi, just weathering the storm in the corner. The poke will find the way out. Kano Ball is going to get some full screen action going now. Oh, jumps right into the low hat. Kano tried to save him with the knives, but Koizi saw it coming and just ducks it. And now set point available for the Scream Queen. The LCQ is going to be on Wednesday because Thursday is Thanksgiving. And I think it's also better to give players that maybe couldn't play on Thursdays because they had work or school or whatever it is, but Wednesdays is off for the LCQ. You know, they don't have to come week after week after week on Thursday, so they can just do the one day on Wednesday, which works better for them, and make it into the finale that way. But the big reason is that Thursday is a holiday, and so makes more sense to not demand that people stop Thanksgiving dinner so that they can go fuck around in a Mortal Kombat tournament. That is going to be Koizi taking it, though. 3-1 over Kusanagi. The chip was not enough. I do believe you are safe now, Koizi. I don't think there is a path where you can be eliminated. Or boxed out. Because you now have more points than Hella Larry. So the two people that will not make it now is potentially Hella Larry. And either Barry or Dark Elite. Now, the inverse of that is potentially who does make it is... So right now, so I guess the people that don't make it right now, Hunter definitely doesn't make it. And the other people on the chopping block for not making it are Hella Larry, Barry, and Dark Elite. Hella Larry cannot earn any more points. Dark Elite and Barry are about to be in a position where they can no longer earn points. So, depending on which one of them is no longer able to earn points, that might matter. So if Dark Elite loses here, he goes to 480. He's out. If Barry loses here, he goes to 450. He's out. Dark Elite. So then, I think if Barry wins here... Okay, yeah, so this is how it works. If Dark Elite wins here, then he makes it, and he bumps out Hella Larry by 5 points. If Barry wins here, and Hella Larry still has a shot if Koizi beats Barry. And by the way, there's nothing in the rules that says that Koizi can't lose on purpose to make sure Hella Larry doesn't make it into the finale. By the way, I don't know how you do that, but I can't force you to fight. I can't force you to fight. I mean, I guess it's somewhat colluding, but fuck. I think that's what happens. Like, as I'm sitting here discussing all the points, if Barry makes it to if Barry makes it to losers finals, 3rd place, then they will make enough points to get Hella Larry out. So if Dark Elite wins, they get Hella Larry out, and then doesn't matter what Koizi does, Hella Larry's out. If Barry wins, there's a possibility that Hella Larry still qualifies. This is crazy.
Wow.
So we are not out of the drama yet.
I was gonna say, because the only people that really matter now is Saucy and Elite, but that's not really the case.
Yeah, there's still what's gonna happen with Hella Larry. How is it gonna play out for them? And Koizi has a little bit of a say in their fate potentially depending on who makes it through. Let's go ahead and type Koizi's name into the appropriate location here. And get Barry and Dark Elite in here. Now this is going to be the biggest heartbreaking match of the night, I think. Because the loser here is going to be just outside of points. So, let's get some 07s in the chat for them when they fall. Some salutes. Alright, let's get some invites out. I'll get them out. So Barry and Dark Elite, Reptile versus Ashra, Demon versus Shapeshifter. Start off by sending an invite to Rink, who never accepts them, because he's a true pal and knows that I'm just trying to get away from this annoying ass, type all the people's names individually, isn't that fun? Fucking hate that shit. So that way I can just go to my recent players and invite the people so much faster. Alright, invites have been sent. Players are entering the arena now.
All right, this is quite possibly the most important set points-wise in the bracket right now.
Yeah, well, I think another big important one was Striker versus Koizi, because Striker was not in a position to win the tiebreaker versus Hello Larry, whereas Method and Koizi were. So, but Striker didn't have a tournament victory to go off of. So Striker winning that was huge. And then this one right here, Barry versus Dark Elite, this is going to be really big. Because like I'm saying, loser is unfortunately going to be just barely unable to qualify here. Where you at, Barry? We're going to have to make another lobby again. He didn't show up. It's alright. No worries. Oh, he's in just in time. Start the match. Start the match. I don't think it's going to work, though. I'll be honest. I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, it still says waiting.
Yeah, alright. We'll start a new one. Barry got in just barely at the end. But sometimes the game just, like, gets stuck on the loading screen forever. Like, it's not even the player's fault. Sometimes 60 seconds to join is such a crazy, weird limitation to have. And it's like, it's a limitation based on, like, a bug or something. Like, that's not how the lobbies are supposed to work. That's just how they fucked up do work for some dumb reason. And I really don't think that NRS is going to do anything about it until they encounter the problem themselves, which they will when they host their Pro Tour event that's online. Because there are Pro Tour events that are coming up that are online. Because this weird thing of, like, not being, of, like, having to make sure everybody ready. Because basically what happens is if the countdown hits 0 and there aren't 2 people ready to fight, the lobby doesn't work. Now, when you're just playing with your friends, very rarely are you going to be going AFK before the lobby has even started. So you'll be able to start the matches and then your friends can come in late, no problem. In a tournament setting, very different. And I don't think that NRS is going to do anything about it because casuals are not complaining about this. This is only a problem for TOs. And until NRS themselves are the TO during the online Pro Tour events, when they finally have to deal with it, then something will be said. Only then will something be said. And I don't know if something will be done, but only then will somebody actually feel our pain. They did add Forever King, but that's not the problem. The problem is this thing where if the countdown hits 0 and there aren't 2 people ready to fight, the lobby breaks. We can't even use the same lobby afterward because because me and my co-commentator are AFK, when the players leave, when we invite new players in, because there's not a person ready to fight them when they get in there, the lobby shits itself, it shits out. And the same would go for if I go on AFK, the lobby would still break because when I go on AFK, I don't have somebody to fight. Like, there's maybe a chance me and Slick could go on AFK at the same exact time and fight each other, but it's a Forever King lobby. Then I can't get off being the king. It's beyond fucking broken. It is unusable in its current state, to the point where we have to make a new lobby and make sure everybody gets in under 60 seconds, or we get to start over. It's fucking ridiculous. They didn't add Forever King because of the issues. They added Forever King because people complained, and like Forever King is a completely different problem with tournaments, and having to just move the names back and forth has nothing to do with the lobbies not functioning. I don't think they're aware of the issue at all, because it doesn't impact anybody beyond tournament organizers. Me and Aquaman and Shiryu Sundays and Destroyer were the only ones with this complaint. Nobody is adding Ed Boon in droves because of this, and they don't know. No part of me thinks it's on their radar. None. They did Forever King because that is a little more of a easy fix, because it's not a bug. It's just, oh shit, let's just put that feature back in. This is a bug, and they don't know how to fix it, and they're not going to figure it out until it's a real problem for the Pro Tour. And like I said, even then, I don't know if something will be done. I think maybe they'll be aware of it at that point. I don't know if they fix it. Because who knows if these rooms survive to crossplay. We don't know what crossplay is going to look like. Maybe part of the reason these are jank is because they're just some sort of skeleton that we're currently using that is going to be abandoned when we get to crossplay and have a much more robust set of online features that work. I think that's wishful thinking that they're going to give us anything robust given what we've gotten elsewhere from this game, but maybe. I don't think they fix this anytime soon, though. Oh, big anti-air on the overhead. And he armored through it. Barry's making the right plays here. But Dark Elite just, I mean, how do you chase Ashura down? Her armor is unbreakable.
Yeah, it's definitely the best thing about Ashura. Oh, I've never seen this brutal.
I think that's her throw, right?
Brutality.
I think
That was
Ashura has
off
the
of-
best
That
armor
was off
in the
of
game.
the knee.
Oh, that's off
That was off of the
right.
normal.
Yeah, that's the knee and then the bop. Yeah, Ashura's armor is, I think, easy best armor in the game. I don't think there's really even an argument to be made for anybody else's armor, because how? How is that armor better? I don't understand how it could be better.
Ashura.
I mean, it's got
Reptile.
2 hits of armor, meaning you have to hit her 3 times,
Striker.
and it can be used as a true escape. Everybody else's armor, for the most part, can be blocked and punished. Lao is the other one that comes close because it launches in an unscalable way. The other characters that can launch with a cameo get kind of stopped at mid 20% combos, or they have to spend, you know, extra resources to start to push it even further. Not Lao. Lao's is safe on block and leads to like 30% with Goro and a handful of other characters. So Lao is maybe up there for good armor too, but it's still not as good as Ashura. Because you can do things like parry Lao's armor. You can't even parry the Ashura thing, dude. You're just fucked.
Yeah, I just think it's a little harder to use or get used to because you have to aim it. So like it can leave you unsafe at certain distances, but like at this level, at Dark Elite's level, he knows how to use it. You know what I mean? He knows.
Oh yeah.
Like that right there.
Yeah, I mean Johnny's got
That
good
was
armor
crazy.
too. That 8 frames and it goes fast and far. But it has a handful of weaknesses too. Like you can't tell me what Ashura's weaknesses are. Whereas you can give me somewhat answers to the other ones. You cannot give me answers to Ashura. Hit him 3 times? Are you fucking kidding me? The only thing to do is to bait it by jumping back. Do you know how fucking ridiculous it is to hope that your opponent's gonna armor and run to you? I've seen Isaiah do it with fucking Nitara, and the way that he did that was by leaving a hat in front of her that they had to armor away from and then jumping back. That's the only way I've ever seen anybody really blow it up, is by using a cameo to threaten them where they start and then jumping back to where they'll end up. But that seems like such a niche thing, and if they call that out, then they'll just eat the low hat because you're too far to do anything. He's gonna get the kill here. Barry answers back, I believe. Ashura will not survive. Yep, gonna get spit out, but is done for here. As we move now into game number 3. And this one is going to be incredibly heartbreaking for the loser here. Loser will not be making the finale.
It's already super close too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm predicting another game 5, honestly.
And these players throwing down. That Steak asking for some nonsense in the chat. Damage, Buffy says. I saw you hitting 41%. You're doing damage.
Ashra.
He definitely was.
Arena. Striker. The gateway.
Must you return to Outworld?
Yes, Ashra.
Alright.
And this is a lore match too, aren't they together in the lore?
I don't know.
Round one.
I don't know if they're together. I have no idea. I don't think so. I don't remember.
Yeah, I know Kung Lao has an intro with Ashra where he asked Ashra about like her being with Reptile,
Oh.
and they have like a thing.
Oh, all right. I
Yeah.
guess I don't hear the intros. I skip that shit. I don't play a lot of casual matches though. I play ranked, and there are no intros in ranked. And then when I'm doing the tournaments, I can't hear the game when I'm doing commentary. The game is, for me, it's on mute. I have no idea what's happening. So I don't ever hear any of their voice lines or the intros. None of that. It's a minor cost. I feel like I commentate the game well enough without the sound, but there is that weird thing of like if they talk some lore bullshit, I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what it is.
And yeah, this is a weird matchup. I've never seen this before. So it's like a lot of the interactions are very weird.
That acid ball ends up catching.
Yeah,
Dark
that
Elite.
acid ball put in work just now.
Oh, and the grenades putting in some more work here. Barry being incredibly difficult to
Oh,
find your
what
footing against.
That was such an anti-air.
36% here for that. Keeps going, no flawless block from Dark Elite. He will get the fireball to connect the overhead as well. Now Dark Elite trying to get a turn. Gets caught by the death roll. And by the overhead. Folks, Barry trying to deal with this last bit, and that will do it. The acid ball. You saw Dark Elite trying to make his way in, but that slow-moving acid ball was just waiting for him where he landed. And Barry now 1 game away.
Yeah, I never knew you could special cancel the stand 3 like that. Into like the dive bomb or whatever, the overhead.
Who's
Like,
stand 3 you
he,
talking about?
he-
You talking about Reptile?
Yeah.
Reptile. Striker.
What do you mean? Which? Well, stand 3 is just
So
like
the stand
a kick,
3 is
right?
where he kicks, he spins, and he turns into
Oh
like, he
yeah,
morphs,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
hits
so
with
you
the
can
tail.
do the airdrop from that. Yeah. He's technically
That's-
airborne during that, so his air teleport is like a sneaky thing you can throw in there.
Fight.
It is a bit of a rarity. You don't see it happen very often, but it's the kind of thing that will get you killed if you do it too frequently. But Barry just does it once and it works out.
Yeah. My game crashed, so I'm watching from the stream. I don't know what just happened.
All right, we'll get you an invite if you go to game 5. Well, actually,
Probably
I
won't
think-
be able to.
Yeah, well, I'll invite you, but then you won't be able to see the match. But I'll do it between rounds. We'll do it between rounds. Actually, that'll be a good one.
Okay.
I'm gonna invite- This is gonna be the round right here as Barry closes it out.
Round 2.
Look at that. See,
Fight.
already done. So good. Nice grenades here
That was-
from Barry.
I was mad quick.
Dude, I've been inviting people for years. That's the one thing I can do fast. Big overhead whiff. That is unfortunate for Dark Elite. Barry gonna make him pay for that. Now he will have some meter to pay with it, so he is gonna pay for 3 bars to put the damage to an end. 270 is all he took. Now uphill battle. Low hat coming out. Also a switch in cameo from Dark Elite. He was using Serena before. Barry going for a bit of a lame game here. That acid is not gonna cut it though. Look at that, just triple fireballs coming through. This punish will be interrupted by Striker as well. Flawless block is good. Now is Dark Elite's chance. Going for an interesting combo route here, but those purple swirls giving him a little extra damage. This one's getting close. Good blocks. Dark Elite needs a little bit more. And he finds it with the low hat. Final round.
Final round.
Barry here still on set point. Ooh, teleports right into that projectile there. Blows coming through. The armor from Dark Elite says no. Aids out. Dark Elite saw those coming. Oh, teleports right into that one. That is a bad place to be. The armor will get through the fireball, and now cornered again. Dark Elite swings. The low hat will keep him safe. Another death roll. Health bars both dwindling down, but they're just armoring through one another. Fatal blow available. Next hit from Barry could be devastating. Next hit now from Dark Elite as well with that fatal blow locked and loaded. Both sides ready to pull the trigger on massive damage, and this is going to close it out. Barry is going to take it. An unfortunate end for Dark Elite. He is going to go home, and I believe he's going to go home with 480 points, which is unfortunately not enough to beat Hello Larry. So Hello Larry is at present still safe. Oh wait, whoops, I gotta edit that. But salute to Dark Elite in the chat. He fought valiantly. He fought valiantly, indeed. And
Yeah, that was a very intense.
20 points outside of qualifying is insane. That is so close. That is so close. Tragedy strikes. Yes, that is true. That is true. But that the beating Barry was not the threshold to make it. So if Barry loses right here, then I believe it's Hello Larry and Koizi that make it, and the only player that got bumped of the top 7 is Hunter, and they would have been bumped in favor of I don't even know who they were bumped in favor of then, to be honest. Who were they bumped in favor of? Isaiah guaranteed. Larry is on the prospect of being bumped. Oh, okay, yeah. So Dark and Barry were. Striker was already in. Striker's are, so he's just making sure he's staying. So Dark and Barry were the two that were just outside, and if they both lose right here, they are going to stay just outside. If Barry wins this, however, then Hello Larry doesn't qualify for the finale. So this next match is going to be very interesting to see how it goes down. Koizi offering to do a reptile mirror, perhaps comfortable with the notion of Hello Larry grabbing a spectator seat. Now, that being said, Hello Larry can just win the LCQ.
That would be crazy.
Hello Larry can just win the LCQ. That is still an option. But Koizi may be looking to force him to suffer such a fate. Get this off my screen. What am I looking for? I am looking for the quarterfinal matches. But we're going to pop some scores in here.
He's not really gonna do a reptile mirror, is he?
I don't know what he's
That
going to
would
do.
be-
I don't get to decide. It's his game. He can play it however he
That
wants.
would be insane.
I mean, I feel like
have yet to see
I
a
would
reptile mirror.
I would be concerned. It would be problematic if Koizi chooses to just stand there and let himself get uppercutted to death. I think I have to draw the line at throwing the game like that. But I'm not about to get into the weird nitty-gritty of, well, Koizi wasn't trying hard enough, so they're out. Like, what the fuck? I mean, there's a possibility that Barry just beats him anyway. Now I gotta, like, sift through and find out if Koizi... So, as long as Koizi fights back, the result will stand no matter what. I don't care. So if it's a reptile mirror, fucking whatever. I don't care. Because I am not about to get into the weirdness of colluding. I draw the line at standing there and dying on purpose. That's it. Because, I mean, dude, think
Well,
about
that would be
MK11.
funny.
Like, what would stop players in MK11 from beating there and then mercying and then losing on purpose? Like, that's a thing. I just don't think that as a TO I'm in a position to tell people they can't do this stuff. And I think in other points standings sports, it's a viable strategy to just gatekeep as opposed to focus on winning. Like the sport I would compare it to is auto racing, where you don't have a team. It's not like one team versus another. It's 40 individuals or whatever racing. And there are like ideas of like, I'm not racing for the win. I'm racing to keep my position, to get the points, to make sure that I qualify, because if I race too hard, I might fuck it up or whatever. And maybe the risks are a little bit heavier in that particular example, but the idea still stands that it's a valid strategy to not necessarily want to win everything, and just to make sure that you maintain a threshold to be in an advantageous position. And Koizi choosing not to go full force against Barry would enable that. And again, as long as they're not just sitting there getting uppercutted, I think it's fine. You don't have to... I mean, there's also the argument of Barry's going to make the finale. Does Koizi want to give Barry Sindel tech right now? They are... If Barry wins this, then Barry's in. Koizi has already played through the matches that they needed to ensure they're in. If Koizi wants to sandbag the rest of this bracket because they don't want to give their opponents any information about how to beat them in the finale, that is totally reasonable. There's no money at stake right now. The money is at stake next week. That's when it's time to really play. So I don't think it's outlandish for somebody to be like, all right, I'm gonna save the good stuff for nationals. I made it. I'm safe. We're just gonna chill and we're gonna deal with it next week, or not next week, the week after. Sorry. There's no mirror. What mirror? What mirror are you talking about? Method. What do you mean mirror? Oh, you're talking about the reptile mirror. The mirror is happening because if Barry wins, Hello Larry does not qualify. So there is a potential strategy in place that if Koizi chooses to not kick the shit out of Barry and win, then Hello Larry doesn't become a problem for him in the finale. And I am, as I've thought about it here sitting, talking about it, I am coming more and more to the conclusion that that is a valid strategy. I'm not thinking to myself, nope, I better chain fucking Koizi to the Xbox controller and make sure they play their bet. Like, there's no fucking way that that's the result I'm going to come away from this with. So... Alright, I think I jibber jabber for too long and we gotta start a new lab. My bad.
Yeah,
wait, never started
very
new from before.
It can be weird because I from what I heard you talking about before, it doesn't really affect the seeding, does it?
There is no seeding in the finale. Seeding is based on like they get to pick their opponents. That's how we. Yeah. That's like the one particularly unique thing about the way we do things in the Nightmare series. So there is not a seeding concern per se. And I mean, the more I think about it, it just seems like valid strategy. Even if we're not talking about Koizi not wanting to keep Hello Larry from qualifying, if Koizi doesn't want to give away his secrets for the finale, that makes sense. Like, there's so many angles where it's okay for Koizi to not win here or whatever. And there's also, like, the very real possibility Koizi's a human and capable of losing, just like the rest of us are. So, you know, this demand that Koizi has to play their best, has to play their best character, seemingly has to, like, it's too strict of a thing to even prove. Like, fuck that. I'm not... It's such a muddy thing, and there are aspects of it that I feel like are very valid strategy. It's valid strategy to gatekeep your opponents to make sure that they can't qualify. It's valid strategy to, purposely not show your opponents. I think, so where do we draw the line? I draw the line at Koizi entering the LCQ on a Heidi, so that they can try again to make sure Hello Larry doesn't win. That's where I draw the line. There are some things like that get a little bit too fucky. Koizi, are you not getting the invites? I think there's something going wrong. There are areas where it does get, like, there's a little bit too much of, like, nonsense going on and being shady, but I think it's totally reasonable for for a player to opt to not go full force and to save the tech for later. All right, this lobby's broken, but we'll have to make a new one. So whatever the results are of this, it will stand. My biggest concern is for audience viewers. Nobody wants to watch Koizi get uppercutted to death, right? Nobody. I mean, might as well just DQ out. Which also, by the way, what's to stop Koizi from, oh, family emergency, I gotta go to the hospital right now. You know what I mean? Like there are so many ways that this could be done that it's just I can't police it. I can't police it. So I'm not gonna try. I'm not even gonna fucking try.
I think it is very important that you're saying it as well, because as a tournament organizer, it is a very like rough position to be in. But there really is nothing you could do.
Yeah, and I think
it is a very valid strategy.
Yeah, I think it's totally valid. Like they're playing for a decent chunk of change, and I think that it's totally within your right to do everything that you can to try to win that, short of a handful of blatant cheating things like, you know, DDoSing your opponent, entering in under fake names. Like those are things that are like clear cut. Okay, this is not okay, and we all would acknowledge that that is cheating if it happened. But there's a lot of gray area, and I think that gray area falls into strategy. I think that stuff is strategic. There is strategic value to these things, and because of that, totally fine. We spent a lot of time jibber-jabbering about this particular topic. Sorry about that, guys. Just waiting for our opponent or our competitors to join us, which they will be here shortly. We've had a couple of issues with the lobby timing, and of course, these lobbies are not perfect, but I do see all 4 of the required names here in the lobby all at once. We're going to go ahead and get started as soon as Slick goes AFK.
My bad.
You're good, no worries. All right, here we go. I will say, too, by the way, just noting their character at the moment. What I really like, I have some complaints about this game for sure, but I have genuinely enjoyed that at bare minimum, as far as the seasonal store goes, every character having a skin in whatever the theme is. That has been really enjoyable. If you compare that to MK11, where 4 characters got a skin in the theme each season, now everyone gets one, that to me is a much, much better way of handing out some of these skins. We'll see what kind of seasonal themes we get. So far, the first season theme it's orange. Not a great theme. This season theme of vampires is a little bit more flavorful, and we'll just have to see what the upcoming themes are, because if it is like, hey, look, now they're blue, I don't fucking care. But now they have lizard skin, or now they all have devil horns, or whatever. Maybe now we can start to have some interesting themes coming through. But future of that seems like it could be pretty good. Koizi off to a great start here with this Astra pick. Interesting that they're not using Sindel here. I guess not interesting. We just talked about it a bunch. So maybe this is part of it, right? Not going to give away any of my Sindel secrets. You're going to have to get through my Astra. Ooh, big overhead connects here. But Koizi's still definitely trying to make some stuff happen here. You know, not being a slouch in this matchup. Takes the sword to Striker in that exchange. Striker's grenade's just not there in time. Nice use of the armor to get through. Oh, and that is a full kill here. Very nicely done. Koizi just gonna go straight into it. One tap into the fatal blow. No worrying about execution, about making sure you get all the hits right, that they don't get breaker. This situation, no breaker is gonna be an issue at all, but I do like the idea of just being ready for that kill. Whoa, why does her fucking dress freak out when she does the fatality? It got like stuck on her knee.
I seen that too, yeah.
I thought she turned into like a fucking mermaid for a second there, and she just had like one big tail leg thing going down.
Yeah, that was crazy.
All right, so Koizi takes game one. Ashra making things work. And look, also, by the way, who's to say that Barry can't be a Hella Larry fan and choose to lose on purpose so Hella Larry makes it? Like, could be all over the place. I don't know what people are thinking, and I'm not going to worry about trying to figure it out.
Serena. Striker, Sundo.
The Order of Light needs you, Size-Off.
I know, but my duties lie elsewhere.
So, Koizi got 3rd place last week.
Round one.
I believe the players to defeat Koizi were Isaiah and Met. Striker has now added himself to the short list of players that have done it. It is a bit of a tough thing to do, take out Koizi. And Barry looking to see if they can make it happen there. Calling on Striker in the chat, maybe looking for some advice. How do you fight Koizi? I don't know. Good restand there, trying to get some pressure going, but Koizi will find a hit. You know what also is really cool about this? Koizi genuinely displaying that they are not a one-trick pony. Their Sindel is very strong, no question, but even in a situation where you would take away Sindel from them, it is not an easy win, right? Like this Sindel, or this Ashra play right here from Koizi has been impressive. And clearly looking to stay in this fight. Makes me
just a really solid player, honestly. They've been having a lot of games with Sonic Fox and Dragon, I believe, as well. So, like, if they're playing on that level, it's just a situation of anybody in their hands is going to be good at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think very, very strong and talented player here in Koizi. What also has me intrigued is, so I've been kind of brewing up a format where it would be a team format, teams of 3, maybe even teams of 4, but we'll probably start with teams of 3. And then players would be able to ban characters. So kind of like the Street Fighter League where you could ban characters, you'd be able to ban characters and cameos, right? So in a situation where you see Koizi on the other team, maybe the easy thing to say is, all right, we're going to ban Sindel in this matchup because we don't want to fight Koizi Sindel. But now it turns out Koizi's got a fucking scary-ass Ashra as well. And what are you going to ban Sindel and Ashra? You're going to spend both of your bans on one player on the other team? That's scary. So, I think it'll be interesting to see if we do run a format like that. You know, the kind of players that are able to play multiple characters, the way that they can shine from there. And similar things of like, okay, fine, we're going to let Koizi get Sindel, but we're going to ban Lao Cameo, because Sindel is strong, but Lao Cameo is really the part that really gets us, and we think if we can keep her off of that tool, maybe we can make it happen. So there will be some strategy behind, you know, the team compositions and what characters get through. Barry is about to get this W, very nicely done. The clock was also about to be a factor, and we've got the fatal blow to close it out at the end. No fatality, but a fatal blow will do, I suppose.
He hit fatal so fast.
But before we run a event like this, we'll have to test it. So if we've got some people that would be interested in running an event like that, please let me know. The team size is going to start at 3. I want to start at 3, Striker. But there is a possibility that 4 would work for it as well. I think I don't want to, like, the more people that you put in, the more bans you have to allow, but you don't want to get it to a point where you're banning half the roster, right? So you also don't want it to be a case where, like, each team bans one character and it doesn't really matter. So I think the way it's currently going to work, each team there's 3 players, each team bans 2 characters, and each team also, you pick your characters in advance. So you don't have to reveal who's playing what, but you would pick your characters in advance, and then each team would also ban a cameo each, but the cameo that's banned gets banned for both teams. Is at least the way that we're currently going to try to run it. So if one team bans Kung Lao cameo, then both teams can't use it. Whereas if one team bans Kung Lao, the character, the other team, like the team that banned Kung Lao, could still pick Kung Lao main character. Because the assists are a little bit more ubiquitous, right? They're kind of across the board. Everybody can use them. So banning that tool outright. But, you know, maybe we'll change that. Maybe the cameos will be individual as well. But I'd love to get something like that going on one of our off days. We'll have to do some talks with the frogs and with the Discord, but I think that could be fun.
Yeah, it sounds very exciting.
Because I think the interesting thing about it is that Mortal Kombat is in the state that it is with having cameos. There's enough variables now where you would actually be able to do it. I mean, you could even argue MK11 may have been interesting if players were allowed to, like, ban abilities even, right? Like, okay, you guys can pick Jackie, but you can't have the leap. So now Jackie players got to figure something out. Jackie may be too bold of an example because she would be cut off completely if you took away one of those abilities, but the idea still stands of, like, there's enough variables here that if we maybe only take away parts of their game plan, we can find a way to make our game plan work, but also inspires players to have flexible game plans. You can't be a player that exclusively does one thing and one thing alone, because players will just take that off the table for you. Did I fuck up the fucking goal? What the fuck? Did I hit 3 instead of 8? They're nowhere near each other on the keyboard. I don't understand. Yeah, maybe on the week of the finale we'll try to do that. The week, because we don't have pools the week of the finale, right? So we'll try to gather some players together and see if we can have a fun little team event.
Final round. Fight.
I think if we can get 4 teams of 3, that would be the best way to do it. So I just need 12 people. 12 volunteers to come through and run an event. And no voice chat necessarily required. You wouldn't have to talk. You would have to type what your bans are. And then what also would likely happen is players would be in like a voice call together in an Xbox party or a Discord chat, and they'd be strategizing, right? They'd be coming up with theories. They're like, hey man, we need to ban this character because we're up against them. And I think stuff like that could be really fun.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll have to run some tests, see how it works out. Because obviously it's not in a perfect, like, you know, I've just theory crafted the idea, and there will likely need to be some refinements to it, but if I've got players down to participate, then let's do it. Let's see if we can find a way to make it fun. If you guys need more bans, if you guys need less bans, we'll figure it out. Or also more players. I'm open to 4 or maybe even 5 player teams. Oh damn, the bags from Koizi looking to do some mental damage here.
Wow.
Yo, what's going on,
that's
Woolander?
Yeah, that's definitely an added mind game when somebody bags on you that hard.
I think Koizi's trying to get the rage to brew inside of Barry. Also, Woolander, speaking of the LCQ, would you be interested in commentating LCQ? I had messaged you on Twitter, but I didn't hear back. I don't want to put you on the spot, maybe there was a reason, but if you're interested in doing the LCQ for commentary, I would love to have you on the mic. And be on a Saturday, we'll get you on top 8, so it doesn't interfere with stuff. Although, that being said, we're going to do pools on Wednesday because of the holiday, so if Wednesday works for you, maybe we can make that work.
Treasure chamber.
The Order of Light needs you, Size-Off.
Yes, right out Koizi and Striker coming up with a plot, a scheme to keep Melina out of the top 8.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing in this set, since Reptile just gets down so low, he's Barry's just able to utilize it in this matchup a lot, because from what I know, Asha doesn't really have a practical 2-hitting fast move to break armor, and the slide is already hard to hit. So a lot of Barry's hits are coming off of just armored slide, just utilizing it very well.
When those grenades will catch. Very nicely done. Okay, Wednesday works better. Alright, cool. Gotcha. Alright, let's try to do Wednesday then. Perfect.
Good acid ball. Back 3 connects.
Ooh, big grenades. Here we go.
Into the setup. Oh, into a good hard knockdown. Nice meaty.
Yeah, we'll lock it in as we get closer. Still got some time to iron it out.
That was a
make sure it works.
convincing game. Very convincing game. That was actually very quick.
And Koizi maybe dialing it back a little bit here, but we are going to have a game 5, and we'll see what the final verdict is. This is a very important game either way this goes. Strategy-wise, there is validity in the notion of if Koizi lets Barry win, Hella Larry now has to go through the finale. I am not 100% certain on that now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm 85% certain that the math adds up to Barry wins this. He gets 150 points or whatever, or he gets 200 points, and then he is able to make it. So, let me just double check the points, how many points he gets for winning, actually. Now, Koizi, you made it. You're making 4th place, right? 4th is 125 points. You are going to get more points than Hella Larry, so you are safe. So if Barry wins this, they will make 150 points guaranteed, and then they will be tied with Larry, which Larry wins the tiebreaker. So Barry has to get 2nd place. So Striker, get your throwing pants on. We are all conspiring against Hella Larry. I'd like it to be known that is what's presently happening. But this is the strategy, and as Method said, Larry should have fucking played, man. Like, this is not a problem if Larry... It's not a problem if Larry plays and makes 25th and gets 10 points. It's honestly not a problem if even that happens. Like, this is a problem because Barry... Or because Hella Larry tapped out at 10 points. Or at 500 points, 2 wins, and that was it. Yes, Barry needs 2nd place. If Barry gets 2nd place, they'll have 550 points. Striker gets 3rd place, he'll have 550 points. Koizi gets 4th place, he'll have 525 points. And that will be enough for those to be the players to qualify. No. Only one player, so one player is guaranteed bumped off, that is Hunter, right? And then the guaranteed bump off player is Hunter is out, guaranteed. Then there's a chance for wait, what? There needs to be 7 players with more than 500. Isaiah has more, or 6 players with more than 500 points. Isaiah will have more, obviously. Skill got, he's at 500, he got top 8. He got 7 places, he's at 575. Hunter did not make it. Method is guaranteed enough points. They'll make it over. Boise makes it over. Striker makes it over. That's 5 players. Dark Elite. Maybe it is guaranteed that Hella Larry qualifies, actually. So wait, hold on. So if Barry gets enough points, then Hunter's the only one that's being bumped? Okay, you know what it was? The only way that there was drama, I guess, is if Koizi lost to Kusanagi, and there had to be a well, no, even then there wouldn't have been a tiebreaker, right? Because only one of them is getting bumped out. It's about to not matter here, though, if Koizi can get this kill. Okay, final round, final game.
Final round. Fight.
Yeah, man, I think it actually is right. Yeah, Dark Elite needed to make enough points. We needed 2 people to get over 500 points. Well, actually, hold on. How many points does Hunter get? Hunter didn't make top 8. I don't think Hunter, even with 9th place, which Hunter didn't get even, then Hunter only makes it to 475. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. skill, that it is just Barry or Elite takes the spot. And then at that point, it really doesn't matter who wins any of this stuff then. So Hella Larry is in no matter what. But Koizi still doesn't maybe want to give his secrets away for the finale, so still okay to be picking a different character. Like, even if we're not trying to collude against Larry, I still think there's merit to not giving away your main character strategy. Looks like it's not going to matter, though, as Koizi able to shut it down. So Koizi is going to take it 3-2 in the end. Oh, you know what? Also, we fucking ran this match instead of the Method vs. Striker match. We were supposed to run the Method vs. Striker match before this. So that Method wouldn't have to be reading out there, but okay. Yeah, okay, so it turns out that Hella Larry, I think, does make it no matter what. So right now, all that Koizi is doing is keeping the Sindel secrets, which is still not a bad idea. Still not a bad idea. Because the finale is where the money is at, and showing your hand, giving your opponent more opportunities to get practice against you, is potentially going to cost you when we get into the cash finale. So there is still some merit to this strategy, although it is not quite as much as what's it called? Do you want to send me your chart and I can match you real quick? Do you mean the points thing? For the points? I can copy and paste to you. So the best way to grab it is the Discord in the point standing has an image of the points, like where they're currently at, because it only matters for like the top 12 people anyway. And then I will grab you the points breakdown for how many points each player gets, because that's the other relevant information. So let me just grab that information. I wish I would have columned it out the way that I copied it, but whatever. But yeah, so that is points distribution. Top 32 make points. Alright, so this is loser semifinals that just completed. Okay. So, I fucked up the order of the matches. This is not supposed to be how it's technically done, but we're going to just go winners finals, losers finals, grand finals. So, not the end, but these next 4 matches are going to be marathon through. Yeah, I believe top 7 is confirmed. So at this point, these players, there are only 3 of them remaining, and it is valid and reasonable for them to not play their hearts out in an attempt to keep some secrets for the finale. That is an aspect of it. Now, that being said, where you're at in the points determines who you get matched up with, or your ability to pick who you get matched up with, right? So whoever wins this tournament tonight is going to potentially be jumping into second place, which means they get second pick, assuming Isaiah doesn't pick them, and they'll have a much better shot at crafting a path for them that's more viable. So there are still things to play for. It is not a completely, throw everything out the window and let yourself just fall out of the bracket because it doesn't matter. It does matter to some extent. But that is what they're playing for, really. The points are going to be important in that regard. And you do still have to consider how many of my secrets do I want to reveal. So let's go ahead and get our winners finals combatants in here, Striker and Method. I'm sorry for the wait, you guys. I really did not intend for you guys to wait that long. That is not how it usually goes. I really got caught up in talking about all this collusion and stuff that I totally messed up my usual path. That's my fault. Sorry about that, guys.
Now, this is going to be exciting. This is These are two really crazy players.
All right, we got Striker here. I am AFK, getting out of his way. I don't want to catch that axe. And after this, I am gonna keep on leveling my mage. I'm playing fucking WoW Hardcore Classic. I don't know why. Something about that old ass game, and when you die, you're dead. You have to delete your character. Is exciting. I like it. Alright, here we go. They're ready. Striker versus Method. Omni-Man coming out from Striker. So this is part of it. I have not gotten the new Diablo yet, Young Skirt. I want to play it, but I've like kind of heard like mixed things about it, so I've been on the fence. And then with Microsoft just buying them, part of me is like, I'm just gonna play Diablo when it comes to Game Pass, because you know it will. But I really enjoyed 3, and I enjoyed the beta a little bit, so I might just bite the bullet. But so far, I've been holding out. D3 is good. I really like D3. I had a good time with D3. Yeah, I'm definitely not paying full price for it, but Blizzard keeps on offering it to me for $40. So on Xbox, I don't want to play it on console at all. I don't like playing on a controller. But on my computer, Blizzard keeps on offering it to me on sale. So they're trying to get me. They're trying to get me. I've been considering it. Big launcher. He's going for the Opti. An unfortunate drop from Striker, though, and that is going to cost him big time. That'll cost him the round. Now, Opti was not going to kill, but it was going to be real close, just like 42% or so. And I think Method would have been in trouble. Oh, wow. He got the hit, but then the hat was waiting for him. Yeah, I kind of want to run a Druid. I like electricity stuff, though, so I'll definitely be running a Sword. There's no way I wouldn't have a Sword. Lightning builds are always my favorite. That's what I've made in PoE.
I feel like Method just has a lot of Omni-Man experience already, even though this round does look like it's going to go to Striker. It is going to be kind of tough for Striker. You have to play a really solid game just because of the fact that Method has a really good Omni-Man, and he has a lot of Omni-Man knowledge.
Striker, ooh, good defense, but gets caught again, and this should be the kill. No, Breaker is going to save him. I forgot about that meter. Nice defense on the low hat. Tried to challenge the air attack. Dude, that's the thing about that teleport.
So hard to challenge.
I find the best way that I've been able to deal with that thing is I jump up in the air when I see him throwing the grenade, and I go for air strings. Tyler lands down, said it best. Air footsies. They are what I think you can kind of go for in those situations. Because look, when you hit them, even with that low hat on the line or on the ground, when you do a air string, you'll stay in the air and float above the low hat. So your ability to avoid some of that grounded stuff is actually really, really nice. Oh, it's all in good
Very
fun.
complicated.
They're just bagging in good fun. Honestly, I think they're bagging because somebody complained about it in the chat, and now they're all going to teabag each other just to make the guy who randomly complained about them teabagging in chat feel some kind of way. He probably is no longer here, but they're going to make a statement nonetheless. I'm not a super fan of bagging or whatever, but we're in a tournament, and mental damage is absolutely an aspect of it. And I also have teabagged many a soul because the tilt has taken me, and I let my toxicity flow. I'm not going to pretend I don't. So why would I hold these players to a higher standard than I can even achieve?
Was that a legit combo that Method just did? He did the low hat setup into the smoke bomb, and it all linked.
Wouldn't shock me. Method's got the dirt with smoke. Okay, going into the low hat setup. Oh, caught him sleeping, and he might be able to kill right here. Yeah,
we're gonna see a lot of like insane stuff from this set.
I love that low hat charging into instant air overhead. Oh, okay. That you aimed at the wrong thing. The hat is not the target. Ooh, good block on the overhead there. that teleport, he broke the armor to force it into a attack, and it's punishable when you block it. Plus frames. Dude, I love like the punchy effect of like the wind, like the anime kind of effect on his punches. They're like really overdone in his. I'm trying to look, maybe other characters have them, but you don't see it. Like you just see the after image of the blade from Smoke, but Omni-Man has like full on wind coming off of those punches. It's like the aerodynamics of his fist cutting through the atmosphere.
Yeah, they did him so well because, like, he's very true to his animated self, like in the cartoon.
Yeah, the source material shines through really well. Yep, see?
Yeah.
The bag's coming right back. And he's gonna take him to the subway. Okay, can I have a brief rant about idiots for a moment here? Because I feel like I have to say it. I gotta get it off my chest. I read it on Twitter all the time, and it fucking pisses me off. But I remain a good person, and I don't say things. But the people thinking that the subway is going to be a stage are fucking idiots. You are a idiot if you think they're going to make the subway into a stage. You have any idea how dumb it will be for Omni-Man to fly into the sky to bring you right the fuck back to where you were at already? There's no fucking way that they're gonna put it in the fucking stage. He brings you there, and that's the only place. There's no fucking way Omni-Man's fatality becomes a cutscene where he lifts you up just to float back onto the tracks you were already fighting next to. Insane that people think that's going to be a real stage. It's not. There are other classic stages that are absolutely likely to come back, like the pit or whatever, but there's no fucking way that they're going to put the subway in. You are mentally deficient if you think that's going to happen. It doesn't make sense.
That's hilarious. I never thought about that.
Dude, right? That's the thing. People don't think about that. That's the thing that people miss. And to me, that's like, duh. It's so obvious. It's like, oh, you know how weird it's gonna look when Omni-Man just fucking flies you to where you just were? Like, what the hell? Okay, so Larry is safe. So it is just a case of Hunter's spot being snatched because he did not make it far enough, and a question of who is going to be the one to take it. Yes, immortalize. Tell him. Now I'll post that, and then I don't have to reply to the moronic comments I see on Twitter. Oh, nice throw tech. Ooh, and the clap! Just getting rid of it. Now, I don't think that counts as a projectile, so I think you just hit him too much, but...
Clap is definitely good to have against the Lao cameo.
Actually, it's not. It doesn't delete the low hat. You'd think it would. It doesn't.
What?
Nope, it deletes projectiles, but the low hat avoids all of the projectiles that delete projectiles in the game do not work on low hat. So Tanya's fireball, low hat goes underneath it. Stindell's fireball, low hat goes underneath it. I don't know if Liu Kang's, but I think it does it to Liu Kang's. And I know it does it to Sub-Zero's Ice Ball that also eats projectiles. And I play Omni-Man, or have been recently, and it works against that too. So, just even further reason that the Kung Lao hat is clearly the best cameo in the game. It's like, not even a question. That particular move is just pound for pound better than everything else. Low hat just keeps that point blank clap safe with the threat of the low hat really behind it. What the fuck? He teleported while dead? That is hilarious.
The fact that Striker teleported mid teabag was even more funny.
Yeah, to just do what he did. I did not realize that you could. Like, I knew the Lao teleport would save you out of hit stun, but out of death? Holy shit. That's crazy.
It's just the way that he grabs you too is really funny. I had a feeling this was gonna happen.
Omni-Man mirror. That's what he was asking for, is the Omni mirror. We saw it in week 6 as well. Method and
Yeah,
I think it was Isaiah.
Method versus Messiah. That mirror was crazy. I was watching that.
Round 1. Fight.
Ooh, didn't clap quite as
Meterburn
fast.
clapped from both of them to start.
Oh, he reacted to the teleport as well.
The reaction was crazy.
You can react to it though. These players are the players of High Enough Caliber that will look. I'll tell the lobies how to figure it out. It'll take you a while to do it, but it can be done. If Omni-Man crosses his arms, that means he's doing the mobility teleport, and that means you should start pushing buttons. If he doesn't cross his arms and he starts to rapidly move, he's either doing the overhead, which is up blockable, or he's doing the zap where he grabs you and does a spine snap, which is also just straight up punishable. So what you really just want to look for is the arm cross. As soon as he crosses his arms, that's your signal to start pressing buttons and hitting him. Because you will turn around and start swinging the way he is as well.
Yeah, the auto face.
Exactly. I mean, maybe if you have some insane reactions, you react so fast you punch the wrong way, but I really don't think so. I'm pretty sure your character turns around even in the middle of a swing. Can't confirm. I haven't done the science to know for sure, but when playing online, it's felt like that. I definitely have not seen instances other than going behind people's fireballs of them being stuck facing the wrong way when I get there.
Striker just playing really solid right now.
Well, yeah, so the stuff that mattered points-wise was... Well, actually, maybe not then. Well, okay, no, so there was a possibility, I think, maybe Barry had to win it, but there was a possibility of enough people outplacing, what's his name? Placing Hellary. And then I think there was a possibility of Striker tying with Hellary, which means he loses to Hellary because Hellary has the better finishes. But I think in that situation, Barry or Dark Elite had to win the whole thing, and then that would have, gotten them the necessary points to get above Hellary. And then, they win the whole thing, and then, what is it, Method and Poisey get second and third or something like that. Alright, so what just happened? Did Striker just win 3-1? I think he just won.
Yeah,
3-1.
Striker won.
Striker has the superior Omni-Man. Okay, let's head back to our bracket then. Pop that in. Where is it? There it is. Alright, so that means our losers finals match is going to be between Method and Koizi. So the final spot, the 8th spot, goes to the winner of the LCQ skill. That goes to the winner of the LCQ. So whoever wins that, regardless of how many points, regardless of if they even played in any of the previous events, they just automatically qualify. They get the final spot, which means they don't get to pick who they fight, and there's a couple of disadvantages that comes with, but they do nonetheless make it in. Oh, 7th? So 7th, I think Hellary is 7th. Hellary is going to be 7th. They're 500 points, they are going to be at the very bottom at 7th. And Striker and Method and Koizi, they're all going to get a little over 500 points. It's going to be what decides. Well, I guess one of them is going to get way over 500 points. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some invites out here to... Oh, wait, Barry is 7th? Okay, cool. Barry makes it. So Barry is 6th. Barry. Okay, or sorry, Larry is 6th. Larry and Barry. Fuck, that's confusing. Okay. Okay, and he's down by 25 points. Okay. Which is like one higher placement he would have tied him. Then I think the next up placement of that is it's like a big enough gap because there's not a 25-point gap between all of them. Yeah, so previous seasons we had one of the other mods named Zombie. He was like a math major in college, so he did all this shit for fun, like well in advance. And he would just like come back and say like, okay, this is what has to happen for certain events to work out in whatever way, and that was how we did it. And it was just like, all right, cool. Zombie did the math, we're good to go. But Zombie is now studying even harder, so hasn't been able to show up recently, and is no longer crunching the numbers for us. Alright, invites are out here for our losers finals match, which by the way I should probably be able to I'll try to do it for this one. Yeah, wait, there is a possibility if Dark Elite was ahead by 25 points, which means Barry needed to win by more than one placement ahead of him in order for Barry to make it. So is there a possibility, does Dark make it? Given the finals? Because dude, I gave a salute to Dark Elite. I told Dark Elite, we all said farewell to him. Valiant effort. Maybe next time, pal. That's what we told him. And
he's gonna wake up tomorrow and be like,
yeah.
wait, what?
He's gonna have DMs letting him know that he's in, and he better start preparing. Okay, he's not in? Okay. The points deficit is sadly too much to make up.
The hourglass.
Yeah, and I'll run the full numbers for everybody tomorrow too, to have a guaranteed, because I also the points totals are done based on my ability to keep track of them, and what I do at the end is for the top 10 players, I look back at all of the weeks there, and I do the points directly from their results, not from my week to week carrying it over, if that makes sense. So I add them up from their individual results. So the Koizi pretending to be a Hella Larry thing is going to fuck things up a little bit, but... Man, do you not know what we're doing here, Barry? There's $400 in prize money available at the finale, and this whole time you've been playing for points to make it into the finale to play for the money. That's what this whole thing has been. Yep, top 7 makes it, and then the 8th player in there to join them is the winner of the LCQ.
Oh, that overhead. I know he couldn't have possibly hit confirmed that, but if he would have believed, he could have won off that overhead.
I think Dark Elite's in. I think Dark Elite's in by 5 points. I think you barely didn't make it, Barry. I think you barely didn't make it. Oh, holy shit. Okay, and the prize pool just got
Let the bloodbath begin.
To $550.
Wow.
Yo, dude, Woolender, thank you so much. That is huge. That's awesome. So you guys are playing for even more.
Shout out Woolander.
Shout out Woolender, indeed. Who I really hope that if they do the Midwest, I hope he gets to be on Team Midwest. Woolander is an absolute demon. Gonna be at Frosty again to further solidify the status too. Dude, that is huge. Alright, I gotta run the numbers. Okay, 550. We'll have to do some math. I mean, it was gonna be $10 for maybe now Dude, what the fuck just happened?
Let's make it an even 600.
We're continuing. Let's make it 6. Holy shit, Woolender.
What happened?
Okay, you guys are playing for $600. That is massive.
Oh
Thank
my
you
God.
so much, Woolender. Holy shit. That is huge. That is huge. So that is
Wow.
a pretty big chunk of change for you guys to be throwing down.
Wow.
Obviously, the winner's going to be taking home the lion's share of that. But everybody that qualifies will be getting paid. I personally am a firm believer of these players worked hard to get here. 8 weeks worth or 7 weeks worth of competition to get here. And I think even if it's 10, 15 bucks, I think something for that time is absolutely worthy. And I think that you should reward those players for the effort that they put in. So that is what we're going to do around here. I don't know what the prize pool breakdowns are of other events at large, but I'm an advocate for spreading it down to some of those lower places a little bit too, particularly for stuff where you guys work to get here. One-time event, maybe we can have it a little more top-heavy, but for something like this, a season-long thing where you guys showed up week after week to play your hearts out, I want to reward that. I want you to feel good about that, even if you do go home in 7th.
Shouts out to Woolander again. That was crazy.
Woolander took out Dragon 2 in first of 2. Hell yeah, dude. Combat League kills count, for sure. Yo, Dark Elite made it by 5 points. He is going to be thanking Woolander for increasing his bag of spoils then. That is unfortunate then, that Barry out by 5 points. And Barry didn't even know that there was cash even up for grabs. That's wild. Alright, well, somebody tell Dark Elite, one of the frogs let Dark Elite know that there's good news on the horizon, because we really sold it that he was out. I mean, we really made it seem like he was heading home.
Oh man, that's great though. I'm happy for Dark.
Right,
that was Method taking game 1 though.
Oh, Method took game 1? Alright, good. Look, I was not paying attention. I'm busy yippity and there's just craziness going on. We got our prize pool getting fattened up to the big 600. Shout out to Woolander hooking us up. Very much appreciated. Also, big shout out to Striker, who's been helping out with the sub goals all throughout. That has been honestly helping out with the rest of the prize money, because the prize money is coming out of my pocket. So those sub goals help make that a thing that I can handle doing, so really appreciate that. And honestly, we've hit, I think, aside from last week and potentially this week, we've made the sub goal every week, so we're absolutely, you know, getting some good support from the community and everything, and I really appreciate that. You guys. Look at that, made the sub goal again. Woolander is out making sure everything gets done. So yeah, we made the sub goal over and over again, so like the support has been here, and I do really appreciate it from you guys, and we're gonna keep on keeping on. More things to come here for the Xbox side of things. I know it's not just
he loves being firmly planted on the ground, I would say.
I mean, I just talked a bunch about that. I'm not going to do that spiel again. But everybody that qualifies is going to get paid. Okay,
Yeah,
plus frames off the kick.
Method playing really solidly right now. The invisible Migs. Oh no, he doesn't know what to buy.
Keep in mind though, Koizi is playing Ashra. Koizi perhaps leaning into the strategy of knowing, hey look, I'm in the finale no matter what. So you guys are going to have to wait till then when there is $600 in play to see any more of my Sindel and come up with any more ways of defeating it. Because with that much coin on the line, I think it's totally valid for these players to have some ideas of what they're going to be doing in the grand finale and not doing it until they get there. You know what I mean? Like, you save that shit for nationals when it counts. Oh, just a boy.
Yeah, this is definitely the kind of game where there's just so many things in this game. At any point you could be messing around and you find something, and all of a sudden you have another bullet in the mag, something you could keep in the pocket, you know, and save.
They're both in losers. This is losers finals.
Nice down two.
Now, Woolander's a big supporter. One of the few people that grabbed some merch. But speaking of, we do have merch. If you guys think the Nightmare Series logo is cool, you guys can grab a shirt. I think I should put stickers up there. Stickers are good, right? Stickers are like a fun little way that people that are fans can, you know, broadcast that and support the channel, even though they have something to show off on their own. So we should put stickers on the list of these too. But I do appreciate the support from you guys, and I've been trying to stream myself more as well to get out there and make it better. I don't know if I have the chibis to do it. Woolander, I'll have to dig through the files. I'd like to, though. I would like to. But we'll have to make sure that we actually have the little emotes to do it. I'm pretty sure they exist. I saw the Omni-Man one doing the think thing. So I'm pretty sure they exist. I'll have to check MK Warehouse and see if he's got the PNGs available. Because I'd love to do it. I think that's fun. Of course, Striker always gets one no matter what with that little Terminator. I love watching characters, not even just Terminator. Oh, gonna armor through, but still gets caught by that final boomerang. That being said, there's no new characters in this though, right? So I should be able to find Chibi art for most. Dude, I can't wait for them to give us crossplay and we can open the gates up and get you guys back in here. I know some of the Xbox players had to migrate over to PlayStation. I don't blame them. It's greener pastures over there, but we're going to be welcoming you home. It's going to be a joyous occasion when they finally open the bridge and let you come over.
Yeah, the whole straw man Twitter thing where they asked us if we wanted crossplay and then gave us first to 2 Combat League and then acted like they were listening to us. It was just very unfortunate.
Yeah, that was wild. Like, everybody said crossplay. Like, ping filter and Wi-Fi filter, in my opinion, are the same fucking thing. So that, to me, means first to 2 was the bottom. I know that technically ping filter got 6%, and then it was like 8% and like 10% for the first to 2, but in my opinion, you add Wi-Fi and ping filter together, they are 14%. First to 2 is the bottom of that fucking poll, and that's what they did. So,
yeah.
Hopefully that means that they're gonna lock in on the rest of that stuff, and they're like, hey, you said you want crossplay and it's coming soon. But hot damn if Ed Boon genuinely thought that people were just gonna fucking pick something other than crossplay so they could get away with dragging their feet even longer. It's wild that it's not in the game, dude. We had crossplay beta in MK11. How do we not even have that? Like, can we not just get that starter thing in? Like, just a beta to see? It seems insane that they're not able to do it. I don't know what the holdup is. That's what everyone wants more than anything else. And it's not here.
Yeah. I never understood that shit, honestly. It just doesn't make sense.
Dude, they would love it. Buy the game twice. I mean, I'm basically buying the game twice with all these fucking dragon crystals just so I can have the cool cosmetics. Holy shit. I gotta pay for fatalities. I gotta pay for fucking skins. I was really hoping that, like, characters would get new skins that wouldn't break the bank or whatever, but it seems like every set of new skins is gonna come with a price tag. Dude, they gave PC the Johnny Health nerf a week late. Dude, that's gotta be almost official then that PC doesn't get included in crossplay. Like, there's no way you do crossplay if you can't keep the game simultaneous. You have to have a simultaneous version in order to do any form of crossplay. That's fucking crazy that they would continuously leave them behind. How do you practice for PC if you're a PC player for tournaments if you're behind a patch for a whole week?
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
I thought that was like some weird thing based on character's health. Because there was some like stuff where certain moves did more damage if you were fighting Shao versus fighting Nitara. Like the move just had like some weird innate percentage-based scaling. So I didn't look into that enough to see if it was confirmed, but that is wild if Omni-Man just straight up has different damage scaling too. That's insane. I mean, Reiko still has the bug where if you do his jumping 1, you can't get 214 to come out. Or in order to get 214 to come out, you have to hit like a completely different sequence of buttons. It's fucking crazy. And I think it works the other way. His jumping 2 doesn't let you do 1, 2, 3. You have to like do 2, 2, 4 or 1, 1, 4 in order to get these moves to come out. That is just total nonsense. It's like they changed the strings at some point during development and then just didn't change the way that they're inputted during jump-ins for some reason. I don't even know how that happened. Is Omni-Man even out on the Switch? I didn't even think about that. Let's see what those fatalities look like. That subway train scene has got to be just like bricks of blood, right? Just giant square blocks of blood flying at the screen. It's like Minecraft. throw here. Method looking to close this one out. He can find just a little bit more, but the overhead from Koizi says not today. We are going to a final round. You think about the Stadia players, okay? I want to crossplay with the Stadia players. Surely it's coming to Stadia, right? MK1 was on Stadia. I don't think that was ever a thing, but what a wild idea. Fighting game on like cloud-based proprietary, that's the main way of doing it. Good fucking luck. One frame links and you gotta hope the internet servers are all in harmony. Play offline. Ooh, okay. Here's a mix. What do you fucking do? You guess, I guess. Good flawless blocks here though from Koizi, but eventually the guard gets opened up, not able to block forever. Method will not get the kill off this though. Needs just a bit more, and the chip out is
He
there.
believed
Method
in that
takes
teleport so hard.
Yeah, because Koizi had the meter to block that, right? Like if Koizi blocks that, they survive because of last breath mechanic, and they're actually able to turn around and potentially get the kill. I think they had already used their fatal blow, right? So it wasn't going to be a situation where it was, I think, one combo when done. Method may have gotten a breaker or something, but still in that fight if that gets blocked. But Method lets it rip, fully believes, and succeeds. So very nicely done.
Yeah, Method smoke is really good. I don't, in a lot of situations, because like when he does the smoke bomb, he just shifts his hurt back so much that like it's hard to react when he does it on a certain stagger. So like it's pretty much safe invisibility at that point. Like if you're doing it right and you're mixing up the smoke cancels with smoke bomb and then just being really smart about it, it could be tricky. And in the hands of a player like Method, it's just he has one of the best smokes right now, without a doubt.
Oh, dude, definitely. Strong agree on that one. So that is going to bring us to our final two players standing here. We've got Striker and Method, two players that have already fought earlier. They fought in an Omni-Man mirror at the end there, but it was Striker that came out victorious, so he is on the winner's side of things. We're going to go ahead and get them invited here for our grand finals, where they'll throw down one more time, and we will see who is our champion. Now, Striker being on the winner's side of grand finals, for anybody new to this, that does mean that we are going to need to have Method reset the bracket. So he's going to have to win a first 3 and then another one after that. Whereas Striker really potentially only needs to win that initial first to 3 set, and then the bracket will be over and he will be crowned our champion. But we'll just have to see how things play out. Is Striker going to make quick work of him like he did in the winners finals? Or has Method now... Holy shit. Has Method now found a working strategy? Please don't join the party. I didn't mean to invite you to a party. I fucked up, okay? Oh no, Striker joined the party. He was trying to listen to me. He was trying to spy on me. Trying to get my IP address so he could DDoS me. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, we're good. Striker is here. Perfect. At least I was able to quickly rectify and send an invite right after. So we got Method here. Or no, we got me. I was trying to think, who the fuck has got the Omni-Man icon with the chibi pointing at his head saying think? I was like, who has that one? Which guy is that? Which player is that? It's fucking me. It's me. I'm the guy. I'm the one with the fucking Omni-Man, dude. I'm sitting there, who the fuck is... God damn. We also gotta add some M's or some W's and L's here to this. So Striker, winner side, Method, loser side.
You look like the dad I never had.
Oh, did you find some footage? Holy shit.
Is invincible. Round 1. Fight.
Oh, what the fuck was that? Okay, Shadow Kick connects here for Method. Big jump ins. This is going to be full corner carry. Method, also one of the players just regularly innovating on that front. You see a handful of posts from him just kind of showing off, hey, look at this, I got another corner-to-corner combo for you guys. Like, really looking for the other ways that you can optimize damages or combos as well. I think a lot of players are, in some degree, blinded by the notion of big damage means good combo always. That is the main thing to go for. And for the most part, you're right. But there are other factors to think of. What kind of knockdown are you getting? What kind of corner carry are you getting? And Method is the kind of player that has been in the lab looking for situations where maybe this combo isn't going to do the big heavy damage, but it's going to take you to the corner, and that's where Johnny truly excels, right? So I'll sacrifice 10% damage if it means I get to lock you down in one of the worst situations a player can find themselves, and that's cornered against Johnny fucking Cage. Opti's coming out.
Definitely.
There we go. Striker making the Opti hit this time, getting it on stream. 42.5% there. Big numbers here for the Viltrumite. Meterless, by the way. That was all meterless. 42%
That was
meterless. Yep, back one, which you can't hit back one off of everything, right? But it is a really great punish string. It's, I think, 12 or 11 frames. It's a mid, so very, very strong, and leads to 42%. The execution on that combo was not easy. Took the community a little bit of time to find it, but Striker, one of the first ones to discover that particular route, and has been crushing health bars with it. Excuse me.
Yeah, this is definitely Method's like true main, and he does get very innovative with Johnny. So like, you can kind of tell just the simple like comfortability that he has with it. Like, this is what he picks when he wants to like win, you know?
Yeah, Striker trying to find a way out at the end there, but the just relentless pressure from Johnny proves to be too much for Nolan this time around. So Omni-Man is going to fall. Nolan is his name, anybody that doesn't know. So Omni-Man is going to fall, but we got another game, and we potentially got another 5, because Method needs 6 of these victories. That is just 1. Is that only half a win? I gotta give him something. Johnny wins can count as half. Maybe it'll just be half.
Johnny Cage. General Shao Kung Lao. Tomb of the Dragon Army.
Okay, the switch to Shao Kahn. So this is interesting. Striker is potentially looking to say, fuck it, I don't care about nationals, I don't care about revealing my secrets, I am going to win this tournament. I want to say that I am a Nightmare Series champion, not just in the finale, but a champion within the seasonal events as well, which is a fun brag to have access to. CEO Otaku champion, I think, is a little better. You already got a big one, but you can have a Nightmare Series one as well. I'll let you have it. But that means he's going to be playing the character that he was potentially going to be saving for the finale. Oh, that's going to be a big punish. Striker getting caught. Dude, Hooded Shao is so good. I love this skin for Shao.
Some people don't like the horns. I like them.
Really? Why are there horn haters, dude? The horns are fine. He is part dragon, and he's always been part dragon. That has always been in the lore, that Shao Kahn is like mixed with dragon and some other stuff or whatever. And the horns just make more sense. I mean, technically, Shao Kahns are like part dragon, part human or whatever. And they don't have any, like, dragon-y features to them. So give them some horns, too. Maybe not, but Shao Kahn having horns is totally fine by me. I don't have any problem with that. Big punish here for Striker. Go into the axeless stance. The wake up armor from Method will connect. Look out for the hat. Nice patience. Dude, he's been doing that all night. And there's another prime example of the power of Shao Kahn's armored move. Able to fly over that approach from that low hat. Yeah, dude, the axe is growing on me. The parts of the hammer thing is iconic. Same with him not having shoulder charge. Like, shoulder charge and the hammer feel iconic, but they have doubled down on, like, this is not Shao Kahn, this is General Shao, it's different. and I've enjoyed all of the ways they've been trying to bring this character to life. I
Yeah,
like the axe. I like his attitude. Even though he's just a general, he's still ruthless as ever. I think that Shao Kahn's like new take in the new era, one of the ones that they absolutely knocked out of the park. Not as big a fan on the weird Sub-Zero Scorpion mixing of whatever, but Shao Kahn, or General Shao as he's called now, I love it.
The axe definitely fits, yeah.
Yeah, it's more brutal.
It still definitely feels like Shao. Like, even without shoulder charge, he still feels like Shao.
Yeah, those are iconic moves, but they don't make or break it, you know what I mean? Like, it would be nice to have those, sure. But the fact that he doesn't somehow completely take the identity away from the character, I don't think you can do that with every character or every character's move, right? If you were to take away Scorpion's Spear, I don't know if we're talking about the same guy anymore. But when it comes to Shao Kahn, they're still, you know, finding ways to make this character feel like the badass that he always has been. I do think, you know, even in terms of the lunge, like, it'd be one thing if they took away his weapon and didn't replace it, but taking his hammer, giving him an axe, it's a fairly decent compromise. He gets something a little different. And that skyward knee that he has is in some ways his new shoulder charge, and it's a very, very powerful move.
You won't think so once you're choking on it.
Indeed, it is Demoralized, the one and only. Lil Lag 808.
The one
What is
and
that
only
name?
himself.
What is that name, by the way? Now that I can put you on the spot and ask you, what is that name? I like Slick Beats. Why did you change it to that?
So I took like a good year off of gaming, like in general, and then when I came back, I just did not, like, if I'm being completely honest, I did not feel like Slick Beats anymore. So I decided to switch my GT, but
Are you Slick Beats again? Are you back? Are you back at least?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm back. I need to change it back.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I chose Lil Lag. I think it was just funny to me at the time.
All right. Well, I'm glad that Slick Beats is back at least. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I've been trying to do the Twitch grind myself. I got my first couple of streams the other day. I'm still trying to figure it all out, but yeah, definitely back.
Consistency is key. That's kind of been my takeaway. Not that I'm good at consistency, but consistency I think is one of the key things. If people are looking for you, you got to be there for them to find you, right? And when you're not there, tragically, there's somebody else that is there. So you got to be there for them to watch you.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm working on mine too, so we'll see what happens. Striker working on getting this round back here. Method already in a sizable lead here. Has the round, has the life lead. Set point here for Smoke. The overhead is going to connect. Doesn't commit into anything too crazy. But this time around, oh no, the drop! Oh?
He anti-aired probably the best jumping in the game.
Yeah, that was a bold strategy from Method. Oh, he's going to die from that throw. It'll be enough. Method. We're going to reset our bracket here.
Smoke wins.
Now, bracket reset doesn't really change anything other than Method is allowed to change his character now, if he would like, and the scores are reset back to 0. Both players have no more lives to work with. The next person to 3 wins is our champion for the night. They'll be taking home 250 points. That being said, both of these players do have enough points to guarantee their safety, though, so there isn't a... wait, was that only 2-1? I thought that was... Oh, alright, look at that. I totally fucked it up. I don't know, I must have pushed the button too many times. I saw the 2 on there. I thought it was a little hasty, but I thought I must have done it for a reason. Apparently not. Fuck. Man, I can't believe I just trusted myself. I usually check the scoreboard, and I just didn't. I assumed I had it right. That's my fault, then. That's my fault. Never mind. Striker, you can have your W back. I'm trying to get you out of here early. How could I? How dare I?
Me lose to you. Ha! Enjoy that feeling while it lasts.
So, did Johnny win any game?
I think he took the first one.
Okay, so it's 3 back and forth. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ooh, big anti-air.
From the past couple of times I played Method too, he's been playing Shao. So I think going into this, he does have a little more style experience.
Dude, I'm a huge proponent of the way to know thy enemy is to play as thy enemy. Like, if you want to figure out how to beat Shao Kahn, spend a week playing as Shao Kahn, and you will find the stuff that people do to beat you. You know what I mean? Like, you will, like, oh shit, there's a gap there. I didn't know that you could take advantage of that. Oh shit, this thing whiffs if you do this. I didn't know. Like, you will discover the problems that Shao players encounter when you live a week in their shoes, and then you just exploit that when you run into them. I really think it's a really strong way of learning how to deal with a character. In fact, in MK1, early on, one of the characters that gave me the hardest time as a noob Cybot player was Cassie Cage. And I spent a whole season playing Cassie just to be like, alright, I gotta figure out how to play as this bitch so I can figure out how to kill this bitch.
Yeah, definitely. It is a good way to go about things. Striker's just playing really solid right now. Like the crispness at this level is just what I like to see the most, because
where the fuck is he?
Yeah, just stuff like that is like, how do you even defend against it?
Yeah, incredibly difficult to do so. The armor will come out, but I think he ducked underneath it. It just whiffed. The low will hit Sector Rocket behind to keep it safe. More lows just went right into the knee. Good defense from Method. He should be able to get a kill here. Oh, wait, we have a breaker. Hold on. Spoke too soon. But now a throw will seal the deal.
Did not want him right there.
Oh, he got him, but he didn't have the... He doesn't have, what's his name? Doesn't have Lao. He's using Sector, so not able to get the combo off that overhead. So now Method has reset the bracket.
Smoke wins.
My bad.
I like the idea with Sector. It's just Method blocked the mix after he got hit. It's like you get hit with that overhead, and then you have to eat another mix, and Method just reacted.
Smoke, General Shao, Sector, Kung Lao, Treasure Chamber.
You've been a soldier all your life?
Since I was strong enough to hold a blade. Round one, fight.
Okay, solid start here for Method. Gonna get the low hat to follow. That's just gonna keep the turn on his side, but the armor from Striker, did he just do down one knee, but he did down one way and then the knee the other way? Is that what just fucking happened? That's what that looked like to me. Is that he hit down one to ping the armor, and then he did the special move the other way. Maybe he just did it raw, though. He did down one by itself and didn't cancel it. I don't know if you can do that even. That is insane. He's dead. Oh, wait. No, he hit the armor, so he's not dead. He doesn't get the launch.
And so much is happening. It's so hard to keep up with sometimes.
Oh, no way! Dude. Method survived that because Kung Lao took the hit on the jump in. And when you get an assist hit, it doesn't do like the normal damage of the normal. They only take 10. I think there's some minor... difference in that. Like, if you uppercut a cameo, I think the cameo takes more damage for some interesting reason. But for the most part, most hits don't do a very large amount of damage to them, and that's why Method survived.
Yeah. The jump and hit Kung Lao.
Oh, he got caught. Lows.
Down one into the buff?
Yeah, he did it to try to force his opponent to swing because he had that rocket to get the punish.
Yeah, I was going to say the awareness because of the rocket.
Oh, he just went for the tick throw. He's going to die for that. Well, maybe not. It's Shao health. So there is a slight possibility that the mashing here can save him. He's got an extra 100 to work with, but I think it's still going to be real close. The
They are
mashing is going to
sweating
matter.
mashing right now. They are mashing so hard right now.
I think he does live, though. Yep, barely. Oh, Sector ate the fucking hat for him. That was actually a good idea to have Sector eat the hat so he could land safely. If he would have landed on the hat himself, he would have died from it, I think. But unfortunately, it just ended up playing out the way that he wanted it to.
Smoke is just... Smoke has a thing right now with the Lao hat. That the Lao hat just gives him everything he lacks. I feel like it gives him the safe mix-ups, the +2 on block, good projectile. Like, Smoke is not supposed to have a projectile in all reality.
Nope, he's designed explicitly to not have one. You can find one in the form of a cameo. That's kind of across the board, though, right? Johnny Cage doesn't have a projectile. Shao barely has one. Omni-Man doesn't have one, really. Unless you count the clap, I guess it's a pseudo-projectile. But I would not be shocked if more characters coming down the line don't have projectiles either. Looking at the DLC list, though, Ermac's going to have one. Quan Chi's going to have one. Homelander's going to have one. Peacemaker has a fucking gun. And, who's the one I'm missing? Takeda? Maybe Takeda doesn't have a projectile. He's the minor possibility that they just go, like, full Lasher or full Ronin and they don't give him a projectile, but he'll probably have a spear or something.
Oh, the conversion from Method. That was nice, but he wasn't able to make the cup.
Round 2, fight.
Yep, had barely any life left. Striker just needed a poke, and he did find that poke. And now, big opening here for Method. Oh, wow. Striker actually hit him with the Sector teleport while he was in that smoke dash. That's like a move that you would think would maybe move him away from the smoke teleport, but not fast enough. Oh, the rocket. Nice. It's opened up here by Method, though. Dude, and that converts?
Yeah, that conversion.
What a fucking crazy conversion.
Yeah. He does that a lot, actually. He's doing that on purpose because it's a full combo on hit and it's plus on block. So
yeah, it's like it's in your favor all the way across the board.
Final round, fight.
Yeah, that's what I think he'll have. Is he'll have some form of spear. But you know, that's Scorpion's fireball is just a spear. It still counts as a fireball, I think. Not a great fireball, but he'd be the least likely to have like a crazy fireball. Although he did have a fireball straight up in Ronin when he put the two swords together, so they might go that route and give him something like that again anyway. Oh, armor on armor! Method gets the victory on that. But that time Striker gets it, as he did not ping the armor, and Method's attack only is armored on the startup. Once it comes from the other side, it's not an attack itself, so it won't hit his armor, and doesn't have armor anymore either. Striker in trouble, though. Fatal Blow available. It won't kill him here, but if Method finds one more hit, there is no fatal or no breaker available from Striker just yet to stop it. He's got him!
Good decision. That was a really good decision to use the armor there, honestly.
Yeah, the other thing Takeda did was he would throw his sword on the ground in Ronin. Oh wait, no, he didn't. He had the thing where he would throw the low kunai, the exploding kunai at the ground too. That was in Shirarayu. So he did have a couple of projectiles, more than I'm thinking of. Because he had the low kunai that he would throw 3 different distances, and then the Amplify would throw all 3 of them. And then they would like blow up, and then you could teleport to the other side. And MKX had some cool tools to use.
Takeda was just one of those characters that had a lot of depth. Like all 3 of it, you had players that played all 3 of the variations.
Yeah, I like Takeda. He was my favorite combat kid. I like Cassie Cage too.
I'm curious to how they're gonna do him.
Yes, Striker, you can switch cameo because he switched cameo.
Kung Lao, Cage Mansion.
Pro Tour rules.
Fight on your terms, or don't fight at all.
Because they could really go any route with Takeda.
Well,
they could just take.
The thing I will say is interesting is the other MKX character that we have is Tremor, and Tremor has variation. Like, they tapped into that MKX specific function. So Takeda may end up somehow having variations. Maybe he's a stance character, not unlike Shao. Maybe he can like switch and stay switched.
Yeah.
Whereas like Shao and Ashura, it's limited time. Maybe he'll have a little bit more freedom to switch between the two. Who knows? But I think there is like totally a bunch of different ways that they could go with Takeda. I'm just excited he's coming back because they might decide to give him some all new designs too. Like, that's on the table. Is like, no, this is a new era Takeda. This is how he's gonna function in the new era, and it's not gonna be a bunch of familiarity. Some familiarity, sure, but you know, they could decide some all new ways to make this character. Oh, gets the takedown. That is gonna side switch here. Oh, Method gonna try to run away, it seems, sending more of those shurikens out. Stryker just gonna have to hunt down his former general or former lieutenant. I don't know what is the rank of Reiko. Nice anti-air.
No, he's, in my opinion, he's his son.
Dude, he wishes. I actually really love that about Reiko's personality in this game. So something about Mortal Kombat characters, in my opinion, they've always been caricatures. Not all of them, but a lot of them are caricatures. Like, they're over-the-top versions of whatever their personality trait is. Johnny is ego, Scorpion's revenge, Kano is evil, you know, like Liu Kang is honor. Like, they and Reiko is no exception to that. He is a over-the-top, just sycophant. He is here to be a lackey. He is a henchman, and he loves it. And when you look at other henchmen in the past, it's been like Reptile and Baraka, and people have always felt like, man, those characters are cool, but they get slotted into these shitty roles, where they're just like the sub-lackeys of bigger characters with more going on. And this game, they gave Baraka and Reptile better roles, and the lackey character, Reiko, is actually well done.
Yeah.
I love him as the lackey. Flawless block. Oh, and the lunging knee again from Stryker.
Yeah, Method does have a really solid Reiko, but I think the reason why he's picking Lao right now is for the zoning. Like, without a doubt, it's for the zoning. But I honestly feel like he should have went Darius. It could have been a real game changer.
I think the plan is, like you're saying, is the zoning. He wants to just stay away from Shao with Reiko, and Kung Lao will help him do that more. Darius doesn't help Reiko stay away. He actually complements his up-close game. I don't think that this is a matchup where you need to forego the up-close game, though. I do think Darius could have an impact. We see these overheads hitting. We see some command grab attempts potentially being on the table as well once the conditioning is started. And Darius is really beneficial to that game plan.
When Stryker picked up the axe, that was like the perfect reversal.
Lots of
like that
option. Making his way in. Health bar dwindling. Fatal blow available for both. Low hat comes out.
Yeah,
it's just, oh, the cancel!
To the chip.
Oh, that's a huge whiff. 0 on block after that. And the overhead connects. And that will do it. Method now up 2-1. Set point available.
Reiko wins.
Yeah, the low hat right now is just adding to the chip of the amp projectiles, and it's covering that much more of the screen, and it's making the zoning just that much better, to where it's, you know, for the Shao matchup it can be really annoying.
Oh, absolutely. Where you going, Bubby?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It's the big gun.
The CEO Taku Champ has had enough. Now, I believe... Did he pick Sub-Zero cameo? Sub-Zero cameo is not the best for dealing with Reiko stars, but it does help a little bit. It does let you move in a little bit better. And yes, I do see Sub-Zero cameo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plus the Lao hat, the Sub-Zero cameo might...
There we go.
Yeah, it'll work in some situations, but I don't know.
It's not going to be a catch-all because Reiko can just kind of drill through it anyway, but it is going to force Method to think about it a little bit more, which is what you want in the end. If you can slow it down just slightly. I think the zoning in this game is not overwhelming. Maybe Rain versus Reiko is a little rough, but Sub-Zero does allow you to kind of make it manageable, and manageable zoning is winnable zoning, or winnable against, right? Because it's not like it's this crazy, you can't even move when it starts to happen, yada yada yada. If you can get in and get something started, you can win. And if you can use a cameo to make it that much easier to get in, now it's that much more likely that you can make a big thing happen here. Striker will not get enough damage off of that reset.
He literally just demonstrated it too, because what he just did was crazy. The Sub-Zero cameo pretty much went away immediately, but it allowed him to get a jump-in punish for the unblockable setup. So it was just perfect what he did.
Yeah, and it's those little extra margins. It's not going to give you a huge advantage, but you don't need a huge advantage. You just need those little margins.
Exactly. Oh man, this is just the highest Havoc play I've ever seen.
Alright. Full range with that extra, those tendons sending the leg the other way. And the armor will come through. Nice patience from Method. Not going to take the hit. I do think, you know, as a Reiko player, I do think that, unfortunately, Havoc's armor is useless in this matchup. As a wake-up option, Havoc is able to just... or Reiko's able to just 2-1 and then parry it. I do like the way that he fucking rolled across that.
Oh, I was gonna say, can't he just like react to that armor move with the parry?
Yeah, you can parry it, and you can do
that's
it off
kind of
2-1.
big brain, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the
mix. It's the mix, and he got caught. Zombie Sweat is busy with college now, so he's unfortunately hasn't been able to show up and hang out for the streams anymore. He did donate and help out with the prize pool this season, actually, right before we got started. He came through, so he's still out there doing stuff and existing, which is good to hear. I'm glad that he's all right, but just, you know, college is taking over and hasn't had the time. Yeah, so that right there, what you want to do is you want to do the first 2 hits of the string and then go into parry, and then you just completely blow up Havoc's wake up. It's actually insane.
I think Method is just too in the flow of the match to really have thought about that. Because that's definitely something Method would put 2 and 2 together on, but he just...
Yeah, hasn't had enough experience with this particular matchup, I think, is what it mainly is. Now, the zoning war, dude, just the back 3 into those fireballs, just keeping that maximum distance. Reiko does a great job of playing outside of other characters' comfortability zones. And the duck on the grab. Method knew it was coming. He will take it. 3-1. So Method will be our champion here tonight. Striker going to get a 2nd place finish here. And both of them will be making it to our finale, which is the big thing that they were playing for, is to make it into the finale. And they have succeeded to do so. So very nicely done. Let's hop back to our bracket 1. Final time to pop these scores in here.
So were they just fighting for that like 2nd, 3rd place spot where they can choose who they fight?
Essentially,
or do
yes.
they both?
They were basically arguing over that. So I believe that the way the points are going to break down, Method is going to rocket up into 2nd place in the points, and because of that, he will then get 2nd pick, and Striker is going to rocket up to 3rd place in points. So he's going to have a decent pick, but he's not going to get 2nd pick or whatever. And who knows, maybe Isaiah picks Method, and it goes right from there, you know? What would be nice is Method picks Skill so that the EU players can fight each other early on, and we don't have to have their connections messing around with everybody, but, I mean, it's there. They get to do whatever they want. I'm not going to demand anything. But Method is going to be our champion, so congratulations to him. That is going to close it out for Week 7 and close it out for the points. Once again, we're going to just real quick rattle off who we believe to be the points qualifiers. This is not official results. This is presumed. I'm going to go through the points tomorrow and get the official results to make sure I'm right. But I am pretty certain that our top 7 qualifiers are going to be Isaiah, Skill, Hello Larry, Method, Koizi, and Striker. So one more time, because I think I forgot one already. Yep, I already did. I did forget one. I got it now, though. Hold on. So it's Isaiah, Hello Larry, Skill, Method, Koizi, Striker, and Dark Elite is the final one to be making it. He made it by 5 points over Barry. 5 points over Barry. So that just kind of goes to show how important these points are. Showing up each week is huge. I think Barry didn't play each week. He didn't know about the tournaments until like week 2 or 3. So can you just it really is that close and that down
That's
to the wire.
Close. 5 points?
Yes,
oh my God.
it is a 5-point difference in the qualifying. We'll get the official results on that tomorrow. We'll crunch the numbers to make sure that's right. But preliminary math, it is a 5-point difference, and that is going to have Dark Elite in there. One more time, I do want to give a massive shout out to Woolender as well, helping out with that prize pool. Essentially adding 50% to it. We went from 4 to 600, so that is big. Really do appreciate that from Woolender. So big shout outs to him. Want to thank him for helping out and keeping these Xbox boys fed, because that is what he's doing, and that is what our players will be fighting over. So $600 prize pool. Those 7 players I just mentioned, plus the 8th player, will be the winner of the LCQ happening next week. They will be throwing down for that, and that is going to be an absolute bloodbath and massacre. Cannot wait to see how that all shakes down. That is going to do it for us today. The finals is December 2nd. Let me just double check the calendar to make sure. Yes, the finals is December 2nd. So LCQ is going to be the 25th, and then the finals is the 2nd. So December 2nd is the finals, and then we'll be prepping up to get Season 2 going from there. I was hoping that Season 1 would be the only one that we had to do without crossplay, but I don't think crossplay's coming. So Season 2, no crossplay. We're just going to have to keep holding it down for the Xbox boys. Is Tremor allowed? That is a good question. Tremor comes out on the 20th. That is a Monday. He is Thursday. Yeah, you know what? We're going to allow Tremor. Tremor is definitely allowed in the finale. We're going to allow Tremor in the LCQ. Isaiah, you're not allowed to play in the LCQ. So you won't be able to do any experiments. But we are going to allow Tremor. There's 4 days before it. And, I mean, TNS let Omni-Man rock day 1, and that didn't cause any big problems. So I think it'll be alright. There is, like, the pending, if there's some weird game-breaking bug, if Tremor freezes the game or some shit, we will change our minds. He will be banned. But assuming there's no game-breaking bugs, we're going to go ahead and let Tremor rock. I think that'll be fun. Tremor's my favorite fucking character, too. So I'm happy to see him on my screen. Crystalline armor for everybody. Let's go. That is going to do it for us tonight, though. I do appreciate everybody coming through and hanging out. Also, big thanks to Pocky helping out with the brackets and moving stuff. I do really appreciate having mods. I know Zombie's not here, but having mods and people to help out with the bracket is like a world of difference. So that is going to be important. I think by Thursday he's available for everyone. I'll have to double check. I know he's early access, but I don't know how long the early access is. It might be 5 days. It might be 4 days. We'll have to double check. How many days was Omni-Man early access? Omni-Man went from Thursday to Tuesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So Omni-Man was 5 days. If he's not available to everyone, we might have to ask the players how they feel about it. Get like a poll from the players that is going to need significant amount of people doing it. But we'll have to double check those dates. But I am also somewhat inclined to, I mean, the people playing in these tournaments are most of the people that bought the season pass and have all the characters, and other events are going to be letting in allowed, which, like, some of the reason people watch this stuff is to see the shiny new characters, right? That's probably why people were watching TNS when Omni-Man was on it, right? So, as long as there's not anything significantly busted about him, I think it might be alright. We'll have a few days to mull it over and figure it out. I don't like the idea of people that didn't get early access to them, but also how many people that play in these tournaments don't have early access, right? Who knows? But we'll figure that out as it comes along. We are going to be getting out of here, though, so we're going to call it here. at this point. I do appreciate everybody watching. Slick Beats, before we say goodbye, is there anything you'd like to tell these fine folks? Where they can find you, etc.?
Man, I love to be here. It was really fun. You guys can follow me on Twitch at Mikey Slick. I can put it in the chat.
Yeah, go for it.
You could also find me on Twitter at slick_beats, SLIKBEATZ. But yeah, it was just really fun, man.
Dude, absolutely. It was a pleasure having you on. Looking forward to hopefully getting you on here for some more stuff as well. And we are going to say our farewell. So you guys all have a great night. And what day is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow is chill day. I will see you guys Monday for some more Combat League.